Perfect.
Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
The report came out about Emmanuel Sanders being placed on the reserve COVID list. When did you all find out about that, and is there anything you can tell us about it?
Yeah, look, we found out yesterday he wasn't feeling well. Right away, Bo sent him to our doctors for one of our tests. That came back positive. After that happened, we traced those players he was around, coaches. We actually tested about 20 more people that might have been near him, and those all came back negative. There were positive tests. It's
have anything to do with what happened with Sanders or protocol or anything like that?
None of that. Protocols have been outstanding. He got this at home. He knows exactly how he got it, and I'll leave it at that.
But this late, how does this pretty much affect the game plan, or are you able to formulate around it?
Well, listen, it's part of the deal this year. We've talked about the distractions and focusing on the things you can control. Last night we spent a lot of time relative to how we want to put the plan together in place of him, and we'll do so accordingly.
Sean, how do you feel about your depth at receiver?
Good. We got a lot of different guys working at different positions, and we had good work today.
Sean, can you clarify, did Michael Thomas get injured during Wednesday's practice, the new hamstring injury?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to get into details, but it's something that we did our own. We tested on our own, just like when we were in Detroit. We didn't just pay attention. Detroit, it showed, with Burt, it showed three contact tracing. We tested, 7 or 8 there, and then we did the same here. So beyond the norm.
Back, you brought it up just now with Burton. Did the tracers work this time, or I know you were a little upset when this happened?
Well, look, it's part of the deal, and all of our players are doing a good job wearing them. I think you wait for the tracing report and then you go from there. What happened in Detroit was, the 4 players within radius on the airplane, Bert, did not show up, on a 2-hour flight, which was unusual. So we went ahead and tested all of those guys, and we kind of took the same approach yesterday.
Just having been through this a couple times, not even with COVID, but just like with missing players and everything, does that experience help with something like this? Just with having to kind of recycle guys in and out?
Look, at the start of the year, we began talking about, some of the challenges coming into the season, and I think we've had a good focus. We had a good week of practice. Carolina's experiencing the same thing, and that's 2020 right now. All right, thank you guys.
Who there to the Black Gold family members in the live stream? Much love to you and Yearn on this edition of the Sports Coma. Big ups to the family members. Coach Payton brings us in to the live stream. Big ups to everybody joining us on this episode of the Sports Coma. And of course, this information broke not too long ago. Well, actually a few hours ago, it broke. So big ups to the family members joining us in the live stream. Big ups to you and Yearns on this episode of the Great Saint Think Tank, also known as the Sports Coma. Please feel free to strike upon the like button instantaneously as we chime into the live stream. Big ups to all the family members in the live stream. Big ups to you and yours. Now, as you can hear, we'll go over the injury report momentarily on this episode of the show. So please feel free to strike the like button. Please share the show link in the social media sphere as we get ready to chime in on this edition of the Sports Coma. And I like to say big ups to all the family members involved on this one because, listen, we talked a little bit about this early on the TSC Unleashed about what was going on with the Emmanuel Sanders situation because it broke maybe an hour after we did the show. So a lot of people concerned about it. Am I concerned with it? I think I'm not that concerned with it. Mike Thomas is not going to be there as well. They ruled out, but can the Saints get it done? And of course, Payton alluded to speaking about several different things that he thought that could actually end up helping the team in terms of having people that will play other positions. You talk about Taysom Hill, you talk about Ty Montgomery, you're talking about guys like that. You got veterans like Austin Carr. A lot of people don't hit there. But Austin Carr, Tommy Lee Lewis, I'm not really big on those guys. Tommy Lee Lewis, that is. But Austin Carr can come in and spot duty and help you out if you need that to happen. But the Saints have wide receivers at positions that really they aren't listed as wide receivers. Ty Montgomery is going to be a part of it. Marquise Callaway will get an opportunity to see more of him in this matchup. Jared Cook has got to get involved. Alvin Kamara has to be used in a way where it be impactful to the opposing secondary and the defense in particular. Spreading out Alvin Kamara along the line of scrimmage, putting them in slot positions to be able to form a mismatch against their cornerback while spreading their defense apart so we can run Latavius Murray down their throat. This is a game in which we need to utilize the running attack unlike any other game in the season to keep this streak going. So, first of all, I'd like to welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q chiming in. The Great Saint Think Tank is in live and is full effect on this beautiful, well, it's not so beautiful, pretty rainy Friday afternoon, man. Pretty rainy, man, but nonetheless feel good to be inside, warm and comfortable, and all your family members is around. So in this show, we'll go through the injury report. I'll share with it, go through it momentarily with the family members. We'll go over a few articles as well, because I want to be able to get through this so I can open up the phone lines and hear what your thought process is going to be pertaining to everything going on with the team. So like I said, Payton opened up. He was a little frustrated and disgusted. And oftentimes than not, man, I think to myself, you being frustrated and disgusted, there are 30-plus guys in the league that have a head coaching job in the NFL. It is an absolute privilege to be a head coach in the NFL. It is a privilege. And every day you wake up as a head coach in the NFL, where you're making several more $1 million than a brain surgeon who had to go to years and years of school, or not even that. But it's the fact that you're doing something only 30-something guys on the planet could do. You know? And you will never see me get up here and feel, I don't want to be up here to talk to the great Saint think tank. No. I'm up here because I love talking to the great Saint think tank, because I am that. I am the great Saint think tank, just like the rest of the family members make it up. So have a better disposition about yourself, man. That's what I'm saying. Good grief. You know, it's not like you got your finger on the nuke button. You know, I mean, come on now, man. You're a football coach. You should be honored to have that position. Like I'm honored to have this position to be able to speak to the rest of the great Saint think tank. But anyway, we're going to break down in this Friday episode. We usually do cover a few news, notes, and items, but we also cover the depth chart of the opposing team and the statistics based upon thereof about the dealing with the opposing team. So we also cover that as well, and we'll get into that and we'll break all that down on today's show. So without further ado, family, give me a second. I'll set it up and I'll share it with you as we get in today's injury report. So hit the like button as we get ready to roll. Here we go. All right, Saints injury report first and foremost. We're going to hit you with that first. We'll start off with that because that's where it all starts. And currently, as you can see, all good on Janoris Jenkins. All good on Janoris Jenkins all across the board. Janoris Jenkins is all good. Fully practiced Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. He's good to go for the game. Deontay Harris, the same result, so it's good having him back in a return game. Justin Hardy was limited the entire week. We don't know where he'll stand at. Michael Thomas, of course, we knew when he was limited and he did not practice, we knew that ultimately they would shut him down because you have ankle, hamstring issues, and he'll just have to wait another week against the Bears and get ready for the Bears in Tampa Bay. Teron Armstead, who did not practice but was limited in Thursday and Friday's practice, I consider him a go. And Nick Easton will not play this game. So Nick Easton, after some pretty good play, is basically going through that concussion protocol. He'll be out this game, and more than likely, he'll return the next week against the Chicago Bears if we need him. JT Gray is listed as questionable, which ultimately means that he'll probably end up playing. But you have both your special team aces, JT Gray and Justin Hardy, dealing with hamstring issues. That's big for the special teams, which explain, a lot of why they're stinking up as much as they are. But it is what it is. So it's interesting, man, to say the least. But we do get the Jackrabbit back. We do get our all-pro kick returner back. Perhaps Hardy and Gray on special teams. No go on Mike or Easton. And Teron Armstead, I believe, should be good to go as well. We'll see. All right, looking at the Carolina report. All right, cornerback Rasul Douglas was put on the C-19 list. Kicker Joey Sly and offensive lineman Trenton Brown activated off the C-19 list. And, of course, cornerback Eli Apple, the former Saint Giant, fully practiced, and he'll be good to go for the Saints matchup. And then several of their players, Trenton Cannon, Mike Davis, who's their star back. This guy is pretty damn good. And I just imagine if Carolina realized what they have in Mike Davis, and then they can use Christian McCaffrey and Mike Davis together like a 1-2 punch, that would be really awesome. I wonder if them guys know what they have. And once McCaffrey comes back, they don't just relegate or delegate Mike Davis to the bench, because that guy can play some ball. And then Deontay Jackson, former LSU cornerback Deontay Jackson, dealing with a toe issue, was limited and listed as questionable. Then you got big defensive tackle Zach Kerr dealing with a toe as well, but he fully practiced on Friday. And of course, John Miller, offensive lineman Miller, is shut down, did not practice, listed as questionable. We'll see if he's good to go. I say no. And then Curtis Samuel, who's the speedster, who does return, who runs the ball and wide receiver, he's a running back, kick return. That little guy is pretty awesome in terms of what he can do speed wise. Another Ohio State product. So that's their injury list, not as big as ours, which we have Mike Thomas and Emmanuel put down on the list. So we'll just keep on moving and moving ahead. All right, next article. Signals point upward for New Orleans Saints as defensive end points up for New Orleans Saints defensive end Cam Jordan. And then this is coming from John DeSacer. Says the guys that know to bring it every day, every practice, wouldn't bet against him. And of course, Killer Cam Jordan believes he's trending in the right direction. In this case, trust the eyes more than the numbers. Obviously, the numbers aren't matching what the 3-time All-Pro defensive end commonly has produced in the 5-game stretch. He only has a sack and a half. 3 quarterback hits, 4 tackles for a loss, 27 tackles a year after he posted career high 15 and a half sacks and tossed in 25 quarterback hits with 15 tackles for loss with 53 tackles. Closer look at the last 2 games where he posted all his sack total of 14 of his 27 tackles, 2 of 3 quarterback hits, and 3 of his 4 tackles for a loss suggests that the 5-time Pro Bowler he isn't grading on the curve. He says, I mean, at this point, I think my emphasis has been on playing the run and trying to get to the quarterback, affect the quarterback. This is what Cam's saying. Overcoming double teams, nudges, chips it's just excuses. At the end of the day, this is a game of results. And of course, he knows he's being double teamed, but that's not an excuse for Cam that knows he has to break the double team. Can't allow the chip to go. But just as Cam has been, somewhat neutralized early on in the season, it's up to the other guys on the other side to provide a reason to be able to, there's slide protection to stop Cam. And they're thinking one-on-one on the other side could stop guys, and they have to change that. With Davenport back in there, expect that to change. Cam also said, I know we're 3-2. We still got 11 games left, so I think as a team, we're going to be trending upward. We've got a lot of things we've got to correct, and I think every week we're gaining a little bit more on what we can do. What does Jordan, he says, what Jordan does and can do has been affected by the way offenses are preparing for his mayhem. Double teams, nudges, chips have become his norm. Coordinator Dennis Allen and Jordan teammates along the defensive line have noted how often Jordan draws extra attention and figured that Jordan's production will soon again match his effort. And this is what Trey Hendrickson said. Well, I can tell you this. He's leading the team with 4.5 sacks. Last year on Thanksgiving, he had 4 sacks against Atlanta. So this guy is pretty unblockable. I've had the pleasure of playing with him for the last 4 years. The guy knows how to bring it every day, every practice, and I would not bet against him. And we hope that Cam definitely will step up and do what he's supposed to do and get to the situation. But the other guys on the other side have to help the Cam. They got to help the man out. They got to help him out. And Trey Hendrickson, big ups to Trey Hendrickson, 4.5 sacks. He's been doing a tremendous job. Then you're looking at another guy like Davenport coming back. He is the bell cow to help all this go. With those 3 guys and then the interior push from the interior alignment, look out for the Saints. They'll have a resurgence here. Moving on to the next article. 15 wide receiver trade targets for the Saints. This is already out after the fact about this, and a lot of people are looking at targets of who. Saints receiving coach suddenly looking very sketchy. Thomas Sanders are both out of action, and of course Benny Fowler's on the injury reserve. They need some help. They're likely to come from practice squad. You have veterans Austin Carr, Tommy Lee Lewis, Jawan Johnson, maybe or perhaps, but who could be available in a trade? Now we know the Saints is not going to trade for somebody with a name. We just know that. And why that? Because several situations in the recent past why I'll be really surprised if the Saints did trade for somebody with a name. When they actually acquired players, and it wasn't by trade, Adrian Peterson, who had a name, of course the pressure was on Payton to get him on there. He doesn't want that pressure. He doesn't want the extra questions about why you're not playing this name brand player. Nobody's asking questions about whether or not Willoughby or Jawan Johnson's not getting on the field, of Keith Washington II's not getting on the field. But if there were guys that were veterans with names, say Tremaine Johnson or Clay Matthews, they would be asking them about those questions. You don't want that. But this is this writer's interpretation of people who could be available at the deadline on November the 3rd. And they got Julio Jones up there. I don't know how true that is, but I often said that Calvin Ridley is the future in Atlanta. Julio Jones soon, I've been saying that for a while, before it was even popular to say that. But they got Julio Jones up there, and they said the Saints-Falcons trade for Julio won't happen for several reasons, and there's no reason for me to go in there because that's not even realistic. The next guy is Josh Reynolds, a return man for the Rams. You know, he boasts a rare catch radius, not unlike Jimmy Graham often had for the Saints. He also entered the final year of his contract, and he could use an opportunity to pad out his free agency resume, but he's already averaging 16.1 yards per catch. Cash-strapped Rams already drafted his replacement in Van Jefferson from Florida. Jamison Crowder is an interesting option. One of the few good players left on the roster. Crowder ranks 19th, and receiving yards at 383 would be a welcome addition to the Saints locker room. He probably welcome a change rather than go down with Gase's sinking ship. That's interesting. Golden Tate is a very interesting option for the Saints in the slot, but money possibly what? Former Saint killer in 6 meetings. He caught 40 passes for 533 and 5 touchdowns against the Saints. He played a quiet role in the offense, but he could break out with a better quarterback. But while we're looking at the Giants receiving core, why not try to pry away pass-catching tight end Evan Ingram? I don't see it happening. But this is just this. Juju Smith-Schuster, absolutely no way. Juju Smith-Schuster is a guy that's going anywhere. And he says, now we're talking. Juju Smith-Schuster has struggled to shoulder the load as number one receiver in the wake of Brown's departure, and the Steelers have drafted receivers so well, have so many other pending free agents to play like TJ Watt that could move him in a trade of the Saints. This is where I call him first. He mentions Mecole Hardman, who's a fantastic target. I think he's the third wide receiver in that package for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's a deep threat, very good wide receiver, fits well in the system with speed, can catch. Marvin Jones is a big physical wide receiver that he has here. Has not looked that good in the season thus far. You also have Kenny Stills, which that's a no-no. Well, then again, you never know. If you bring back Ken Crawley, you bring back Malcolm Jenkins, you bring back Patrick Robinson, you bring back Tommy Lee Lewis, you bring back all these players, why not bring back Kenny Stills? You could throw him in that mixture. Zay Jones is another interesting target that's up there as well. He was one, he caught a touchdown against us in the matchup earlier this year. He's an interesting big physical receiver. And then the injury-prone speedster, John Ross, is a guy that they're looking to move on from. And then Dede Westbrook, which is a very good call. I actually like this. The call Dede Westbrook is a very good underrated wide receiver. Deshaun Hamilton from Denver is another one. Dante Pettis from the 49ers. Elshon Jeffrey against Philly. Remember, Elshon's famous for what he did and helped the Saints win that Eagles matchup. Remember that play. Tajay Sharp, which is a very good call. Remember, Sharp cooked Hardy against the Texans? Remember that? When they put Justin Hardy and Tajay Sharp cooked him when he was with the Titans. And was it Sharp? I want to say it was Tajay. I want to say it was Sharp that cooked him. I'm going to have to research that. I think it was somebody else. But anyway, listen, family, it's a lot of interesting weapons. I don't anticipate none of this going down. And if the Saints do pick up somebody, it more than likely will be off the waiver wire. And it probably won't be somebody with a name that you probably would know. So just to let you know. Okay, so we'll get to the part where we're going to go into breaking down the Carolinas here. And we're going to look at people, family. First of all, before I get there, let me give a shout out to the family members. I jumped right into the live stream without giving a shout out to all my family members in the live stream. Big ups to you. There's over 70 people in the chat. Please strike upon the like button. It helps us out instantaneously. It really does help out in a major capacity. So big ups to everybody here. Brother Dada, Torrey Shepard, Senior, Okula McGee, David Kemp, and everybody, man. Goose Sports, good to see you in the chat, Goose. Kai the Great. Man, so many people in the chat. JT, Jermaine Scobie, GM Kev, Devin C, Tyra, what's up, baby? Who that 504? Big ups to you as well. Who else we got there? Let me see. Sufayan, chiming in all the way from Paris. Who that to you, Sufayan? Good to see you in the chat, family. Big ups to you, William Dickerson. I see you, fam. Who that to you as well? Let's see who else I got there. Let's see who else. I think I yelled out Kai and the rest of the family members. Rush Hour, what up, Rush Hour? Good to see you, baby. Big ups to your family. Much love to you, David Kemp. Once again, big up to you as well. Nola Bars, who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Brother Jerry, what up, Brother Jerry? How you doing, my friend? Big ups to you, Pelicans Nola. Pelicans Nola, who that to your family? Good to see you in the chat as well. Charles Winston, who that to you? Good to see you. Gundam, Who that tell you? And all the family members involved. That's Cheetah Turner. What's up, Cheetah? How you doing, fam? Big ups to you in the chat as well. And Bobby, what's up, Bobby? Bobby Walker, who that to you, Bobby? Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Welcome. Iceman is in the building as well. What up, Iceman? Dropping the heat. Shandon Rowe, who that to you? Wayne Bradley, what up, Wayne? How you doing, fam? T Dirty, what up, T Dirty? Big ups to my boy T Dirty in the building as well. What up, fam? Arnold Landry, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat as well, fam. Big ups to the fam. All right, I don't want to leave nobody out. You know, Jordan, what up, Jordan dog? Who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you. Big ups to you. Isaac, what up, Isaac? Who that to you, fam? Big ups to you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us today, fam. High Rise 28, who that to you? Ghostface Griller, who that to you? Big ups to all the fat Collinator. What up, Collinator? Who that to you, baby? Revolt Control. What up, baby? Who that to you? And from the ATL chiming in. Big ups to you, fam. Good to see you in the chat as well, my brother. And who else we got? And everybody else, man. If I didn't see the family members, Philathrodox, who that to you? Brandon Dot Davis. What up, fam? What's going on? Good to see you, Young City Night Ward. What's up, fam? How you doing, my friend? Big ups to you, brother, in the chat. So everybody, man, if I missed you, give me a shout out. I promise you I'm gonna give you a shout out back because I was scrolling down pretty fast just trying to catch up with everybody. So if I missed you, give me a who that and I got you, baby. I got you on the shout out. All right, let's keep going. We got to the part as we went through the injury report. We're now on the Carolinas depth chart. And as you can see, this is the depth chart here. And let me just, I guess I could start out by going toward the statistical breakdown on this Panthers club. So, you know, let's do that. Let me see if I can get this to refresh here. Let's go through that and we'll do that. Just give me just a second here to get it. There we go. All right. Now, family, as you look at, we went through the injury report. And if you look at some of the statistics right here dealing with, of course, the Panthers are 3-3. They're looking for an opportunity to knock off the Saints. They're 2-1 in the division. This is a big game for them as well. As you can see, the overwhelming responses that a lot of people think the Saints going to win this game. It's at home. Saints can really go. They can, you know, etch ahead in this thing. They can get control of Carolina. And in 3 weeks from now, they can get control in the division by knocking off Tampa Bay. So we can get this thing going early. All right, now if you look at the season leaders at the passing attack, Teddy Bridgewater, 146 of 206 here, 1676 with the yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and that lets you know off top that Bridgewater is very liberal with the ball. Madge Prime, who that to you? Mr. Fire D, who that to you, fam? Good to see you. Big ups to you as well. And all the family members, thank you, fam, for joining. If I missed you, fam, give me a shout out and I got you. All right, so this is Teddy Bridgewater. Tragic. What up, Tragic? Good to see you, fam. Let me see if I can kind of make this a little, well, that looks like it's large enough. Y'all can see that pretty good. All right, now let's look at this. Teddy Bridgewater and his right here, family, use my mouse here to circle around. Teddy, 146 for 206, 1676, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on Two Glove Teddy. Two Glove Teddy got 5 interceptions, man. Which means Teddy will turn that ball over. He will turn the ball over as his preference by his INTs, but we still have to get to Teddy Bridgewater and get him on the ground. Now, we like Teddy Bridgewater as a Saint, but not as a Carolina Panther. Remember, it's over for him on that. But as far as his numbers, and then look at what Drew has here. 125 for 176, 1331, 9 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. So Drew Brees is, you know, he's getting more. Teddy has more yardage than Drew, but Drew's a lot more efficient than TB is. So, you know, that's an interesting tape because remember, Carolina's running a version of the Saints offense. Jason King, who that to you? Crass, who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Big ups to you. So you know the Carolina Panthers are running a clone version of the Saints attack, which is why we as a team cannot allow this. We can't lose to this team. You know how humiliating and ridiculous it is to lose to somebody that's running a counterfeit of your offense, your system? A loss to them would only validate that their system is better than yours. A clone system shouldn't be able to beat the original. You see what I'm saying? Remember I used the Mr. Miyagi analogy the other day when I said that just imagine if Daniel's son went into the dojo against Mr. Miyagi and kicked Mr. Miyagi tail. Then Daniel's son would then become the sensei. he would become the man. He would become the master. So we can't allow that to happen. Who that to you, J-Rock? Good to see you, fam. Big appreciate you. So we got to remember that, fam. The Saints cannot allow this to happen to them. They have to take care of business against Carolina. The rushing attack, without Christian McCaffrey there, they're still farmable. Mike Davis, who's carrying the ball 64 times for 272 yards. As a rusher, he's only about 9 yards behind Kamara in terms of rushing yards. And he has 2 less touches. So he's been doing a very good job at the running back position with McCaffrey out. So you still have to respect, and he catches the ball too. And then, of course, you see with Kamara's number, and then you move over to the receiving yardage. Kamara is the number 1 man in the receiving game, so he's the top rusher and the top catcher. He's the top rusher for the Saints, but not that by that many yards because Latavius Murray is not too far behind him. And limited carries, by the way. Their top guy is Robbie Anderson, although DJ Moore is a beast, and Smith, their tight end, can get involved too. But Anderson, big wide receiver, is a problem. We'll spotlight him when we get to their depth chart. But before I get to the depth chart, I want to show you guys why we need to pay attention to him. If you look at the statistics, 40 catches, 566 yards, and 1 touchdown. Kamara is the top man receiving-wise, 38 catches, 395, and 3 touchdowns for them. As we span down here, as you know, Ken Crawley is also listed out. That was not on the injury report, but that was in another report that Ken Crawley, who had contact with, he was just outside the window, but just being safe, they decided to deactivate Ken Crawley. So, there you go. Now we look at the statistics, the team statistics, and do our comparison. Points per game, the Carolina Panthers are putting up 23 points a contest. The Saints are putting up 30.6, over 30 and a half points against teams, period. The issue is with the Saints is that they're allowing 30 points per game. So they're putting up 30.6 and allowing 30, and that's literally the literal meaning of 500 play. And we could have been 500, less than 500, but that's what the defense is doing, allowing 30 points a contest. Carolina averages just 23 and giving up 23 and a half. So they're having their issues as well. But this will iron itself out because most defenses were struggling in that first week, and things have started to kind of level out or ration out in this month and in the next as defenses start to get their legs and start locking and being more consistent. Total yards, if you look at what they can do, 396.2 versus 388.8, or might as well average it off at 389 for the Saints. So they can wing the thing around. How do they do it? Through the air. Their passing attacks averaging almost 280 yards a game. The Saints are sitting there at this 274, a few points behind. But look at what they can do on a running attack. They're allowed 117 yards a game. They rush at 117 yards per contest. The Saints are 115 flat. So they can throw it at almost 280 yards, and they can run it at almost 117 yards. That's good balance offensively speaking. So why are they a 3-3 club? Well, turnovers and the defense is not there. Very young defense and could be exploited. You look at what they're doing. They're allowing 345.5 points per game on the defensive end. 224 of it is through the air, and 122 of it is through on the ground. So you could rush straight. I'm talking to you, St. Bernard Payton. You are the guy that has to run this ball. This team is giving up 122 yards per game on the ground. Through 6 contests, they're giving up 122 points a game on the ground. And they allow you to throw at 224 yards through the air. If I'm coming into this game, Mike Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, not there. This is a 40 rush game with me using the play action, throwing to Taysom Hill, Ty Montgomery, Elvin Kamara, Deontay Harris, Marquez Callaway, Jared Cook. This is a game where we get Josh Allen and Adam Troutman going. This is the Oprah Winfrey share the wealth offense that I was speaking so fantastically about before the season started. Now we will see all these weapons that are not wide receivers employed as wide receivers, and don't be surprised if the Saints activate. Don't be surprised if they activate Carr or make a move to bring Carr upon the team at the last minute. Not saying he might have an impact on the game, but just for insurance purposes. Now let's go over to the Saints defense. Saints give up 355.4 yards per contest, 255 of it through the air. The secondary allowing 255 yards per contest. That's drastic. And of course, they're keeping you, that's 100.2. The Saints haven't allowed a single 100-yard rusher in 47 or 48 contests, I forget. It's just what it is. So the statistics, if you're just a statistical person and you pay attention to the X's and O's and just the stats, then you put it together what Carolina's been doing, the game plan show you that they're susceptible to the rushing attack. And being that our offense averages 115 a game running the ball and they're giving up 122, would it make sense to make sure this meets this? We'll see if Sean Payton makes it a lot harder on himself than what it has to be. He makes it harder on himself. This job this year should be a cakewalk and a dream. Why is he huffing and puffing? Why is he upset all the goddamn time? Why? This is supposed to be a cakewalk for him with this much talent. Why are you struggling? You struggling because you're an arrogant, big-headed, airheaded jackass. That's why you're struggling. You're struggling because you refuse to adhere to the principles of the rushing attack. This is supposed to be a laid-back season. There is not supposed to be any issues in terms of the team being able to score the ball or score points on opposing teams. That's why it's you creating the environment for the hardships, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a head coach. This team is supposed to be 4-0 or 5-0. And it's due to your negligence, and then your outright stupidity and refusal to run the ball. This is a game where you better run that goddamn ball. You better run that ball. This is a game tailor-made for the run. Both your starting wide receivers are missing, and you don't have no issue with the running backs. Run the damn ball. Let's look at the last 5 games here. If you look at what the Panthers have had the last few contests, they lost to the Bears 23-16 last week. The Saints barely got past one with the Chargers in the 30-27 matchup. This is a game where we are averaging 115 yards per contest, and they're giving up 122. It don't, and like I said, like the shirts say that we have at the pro shop, we're not building spaceships. That's a funny way of saying keep it simple, stupid. That's all it said. That's just a witty and creative way. We ain't building no spaceships over here. You know that, right, bro? Which means keep it simple. Football is simple. It really is. And the team can't stop the run. That's their Achilles heel. You pound the run until they put resources to try to stop it. Then you throw the ball up top their head. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. But this is the game plan. I did this. I ain't going to even get into it. But let's move around. We're going to shake around and now that we got the statistical, let's get into what the Carolina depth chart look like. We do every Friday. Now we're looking at the offense. Let's switch here. Hold on here. That's the defense. Let's see if we can switch to the offense here. Let's see if we can pull the offense up here. Hold on here. Well, look like they ain't got the offense. All right, let's pull up the offense right here. We're gonna try to go about it a different way because obviously they screwed the depth chart listing up. They just have the defense listed. They don't have the offense listed. I guess the offense ain't good enough to have its own to be listed. But what I'll do is I'll pull up the roster and we'll go through. We know what Teddy Bridgewater's bringing to the affair. Mike Davis is a guy that you got to stop. 5'9", 220 from out of South Carolina. This dude is carrying the team from the running back perspective, averaging 4.3 yards per carry. He's a hell of a bull back, runs hard, can also catch the ball out the backfield as well. So, of course, we know Mike Davis has to be neutralized for all this to work. So we got to stop Mike. No doubt about it. We got to shut down Mike Davis. And that goes without certain. And I think that the front seven would do a good job of neutralizing Mike Davis. Outside of Mike Davis, who else we have to look at? Well, we're going to try Robbie Anderson first, and then we're going to go DJ Moore. We got to look out for both those guys. Robbie Anderson, 6'3", huge. He's a long physical wide receiver. And he's a guy that you're going to have to watch out for. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Robbie Anderson, 6'3", 190. He has 40 catches on the season right now, 566 yards, which is second in the NFL. He has just one touchdown, but he averages 14 yards every time he catches the ball. 14 yards every time he catches the ball. He's their possession guy, and you're going to have to watch out for Robbie Anderson. You got to watch out for Robbie Anderson. This is one of the guys, and we remember, most of y'all probably remember Robbie Anderson from his days with the Jets. We were making noise about bringing Robbie Anderson here, but of course, Carolina knew they needed a guy that can really help out because it was so talent-starved, and they needed a complement to this young man, DJ Moore. He is their first-round draft pick that they picked up, when was that, 2018. And what makes DJ Moore interesting is this guy out of Maryland, I remember when he was playing for the Terrapins, he was absolutely fantastic. He gets downfield. He's the vertical threat. He's the guy that can get downfield and make plays happen. So you have the traditional possession, tall, linky wide receiver, and Robbie Anderson, and DJ Moore as a counterfeit, as the complement. Listen, Moore is the guy there. That's his team. Robbie Anderson is a nice fit, still young. This guy has 27 catches, 474 yards, which is tied fourth in the NFL. He only has one touchdown, but he's averaging 17.6 yards per catch. The other guy was 14-something yards. This guy's 17.6. So you have a Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. Both of these are very competent pieces of this team. Really competent pieces. And like I said, watch out for these two guys. DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson are guys that I'm telling you, put that on the Saints watch out list. Another guy, a sneaky guy to be concerned about is this guy. Now, he's Curtis Samuel. He's their do-it-all guy for him. He kick returns, punt returns. They use him as a wide receiver. They also use him as a running back when they need to. He's a shifty weapon that they tend to use from time to time. His statistics, not everything. He has 19 catches, which means they get him involved when they use him out the backfield. He averaging almost 10 yards a catch. So as you can see, the theme is what I'm hitting on, is that their wide receivers are catching every time they catch the ball. It's a first down. You had one guy averaging almost 18 yards per catch, another dude 14 yards per catch, and then I just showed you another one of their fantastical weapons that's he's averaging almost 10 yards. So we're going to have to neutralize those guys. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Mike Davis, those are the bell cows of this offense. We will have to neutralize them. And of course, we're looking at their tight end. Tight end is a sneaky guy. Remember, and I'm only putting this guy up here. Statistics don't look like doodly squat. But we are prone to being beat by the tight ends. Ian Thomas is an interesting guy. 6 catches, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. But remember, that timeline guy, whoever it was for Green Bay, wasn't doing nothing prior to the Saints meet. Now, all of a sudden, he's Aaron Rodgers' favorite target. The tight end is somebody we have to pay attention to. This is the guy, Ian Thomas. 6 catches, 39 yards. Remember, it don't matter what he did so far. It's about what he can do this game to you. So he can slide out there. We have to keep an eye on him because our defense, prior to the break, was susceptible to giving up plays like that to the tight end. So we have to be mindful of them as well. So that's some of the people that I won't mention. I don't want to throw too many of them out there. But guys that I'm telling the great same thing about that you got to watch out for. Obviously, I mentioned Mike Davis, who's carrying the ball and doing a fantastic job while Christian McCaffrey's out. But Robbie Anderson's a lone wide receiver. Like I said, he's averaging 14 points, something odd catches per yards per catch. Then you have guys that can burn you too. There's other guys I won't make mention of, like Seth Roberts. They do have the kick returner and Farrell Cooper and all those guys. So it's interesting, but the guys we need to keep an eye out on is Cooper, Anderson, and then the tight end, of course, who can slide out and make plays against us And of course, there's always a threat for a third wide receiver. That's why I threw Curtis Samuel out there, because he's a guy that they'll use to kind of throw into things. Okay. Yeah, and I was just happened to break this down and happened to appear to my right for NFL news. And I'm sorry, let me deviate off this for a second. This got to be, this can't be true. Hold on here. And this might be breaking here, but let me just check this out. I was looking at it and I happened to just look to my right and see these news items. And what date is this? Brown reaches a contract agreement with the Buccaneers. This is breaking right here if this is the case. Hold on here. 5/12 today. The Antonio Brown, and look at Sports Coma breaking news. This must have just happened. I wasn't aware of this. This can't be the date. This absolutely cannot be the case. I'm sorry. Hold on here. This can't be right.
Why the interest on the part of Tampa Bay? The Steelers, the Raiders, the Patriots last year, none of those situations ended well with Antonio Brown. Why the interest on the part of Tampa Bay now?
Well, I think Tom Brady has always been interested in Antonio Brown. They got to work together in New England last year, and Tom Brady wanted him on that roster. And the New England Patriots decided to move on from him after another incident surfaced. And I think Tom Brady was drawn to him, admired him as a player, wanted to continue working with him. And now that Tom Brady's in Tampa, I think that he has helped push this along to where the Buccaneers are bringing him in. Antonio Brown is flying right now to Tampa. He's going to land tonight. He's going to visit with the team tomorrow. There are some steps to go through, but they are definitely working towards an agreement. And it's interesting because I think Seattle has been interested all along in monitoring the situation. I think the Seahawks thought that there was a good chance they could get him because Russell Wilson was pushing for him. And I think that's really the best thing that Antonio Brown has going for him right now. He's got Russell Wilson and Geno Smith pushing for him in Seattle. He's got Tom Brady pushing for him in Tampa. And they have helped generate enough interest from those organizations that Antonio Brown's going to have a landing spot. And the reason that it's happening now, Hannah, is because he's eligible to be reinstated after Week 8. We are going.
Yes, indeed. Well, isn't that interesting? Well, you know what you got to do. I got to give Tampa Bay credit, man, because guess what? That's a Super Bowl move. That's not a bust-ass move, or we go get some wide receiver, then we release him 2 weeks later because he a practice squad addition. Isn't that sweet? But it is what it is, family. We continue. I mean, I just see Chiefs doing what they do. The Chiefs bring in Le'Veon Bell to fortify their rushing attack. The Antonio, whatever Tom Brady wants, he gets, obviously. So how about that? And we knew they were looking at him before, but it's interesting, man, to say the least, man. But anyway, Tom Brady gets what he wants. He ends up, thank you, Tyrese. Tyrese, appreciate you donating. He says, Week 9 is a war. Saints have to be ready. Thank you, Tyrese. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Big ups to you. And you're right, man. You're right. You're absolutely right, Tyrese. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are doing everything in their power to get ready for the Saints. Everything. They are dead ready to take the black and gold down with all weapons that they could possibly throw at their asses. But yesterday we signed some canned good. I don't know, some great value canned good player. That's see what I'm saying? When they're playing chess and you playing checkers, the difference is people who don't even play chess know the difference when you playing chess versus checkers. Anyway, let's keep on going, man. I wasn't even looking over there, and I'm sorry I did, because that just absolutely pissed me off. And look at this giblet of information right here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna look at this one and I'm gonna stop looking over there. Look at this one. Didn't I just mention Marcus Golden yesterday? Arizona make a trade with the Giants to reacquire Marcus Golden. Who is Marcus Golden? Golden had 10 sacks last year for the Giants. He don't make a lot of money. He came from Arizona. They're gonna bolster their pass rush because Cameron Jones is done for the season. So what do you usually do to help they bring in a pass rusher who is a really good one. Golden is really good. He's golden with the pass rush. So listen, people making trades and signings, but all we can do is look at the great value canned goods and pretend like they're going to help. GM Kev said, what the hell going on? You're in Bizarro land now, brother. Will Clark is there. Yeah, that's right. You got the Chiefs picking up Le'Veon Bell. The Buccaneers signing Antonio Brown, who's a weapon, dude. Let me tell you something. Then you also have the trades that's going on. The trade that ultimately the Cardinals make to reacquire Golden because he came from there. And what do the Saints do? They sign Will Clark. Who? I know. Great value, good is all you need to be concerned about. Anyway, let's get back into it. I'm not going to even look over that no more. I'm not looking over that no more on that goddamn side no more because I thought that was some bad news. I thought I was reading some fake news over there. I had to jump on and say, hold on there. That can't be right. This got to be something old. And I was right too. I ain't looking over that now. I ain't looking no more. All right, let's look at Carolina's depth chart on the defensive side of the ball now. Of course, Brian Burns, who was a linebacker, they converted to an outside defensive end. He's there. Kerr is we're thinking that he might not be. He probably will play in this game. Big Derek Brown, one of their top picks this year, and of course, veteran Stephen Weathersley is there now. Gross Models, who was picked, I think, in the second round. Gross Models was placed on the IR, and then of course we're looking at it. But they're a very young team. But they can get after the quarterback. One of their top interior defensive linemen, Kewan Short, is IR'd. So we don't have to worry about him. Remember Woodrow Hamilton, who used to play for the Saints, Woody Hamilton, a pretty decent interior lineman we had for a while. He's there as a backup. And Brown, who's from Auburn, that big interior guy, we got to watch out. But they're soft up the middle, allowing 120-plus yards a game. That is because Kewan Short's not there. You look at the linebackers, Shaq Thompson is a good one. Whitehead, and of course, Jeremy Chin. A lot of young guys in the linebacker. Shaq Thompson is a good one. Probably one of their best players on the defense. Dante Jackson, who was the former LSU guy, used to get cooked at LSU. He had a big head like he was a star, but he wasn't a star because he used to get cooked. And I'm like, man, you act like you Deion Sanders, but Deion Sanders didn't get cooked, Dante. But Dante is questionable. Eli Apple is questionable. Secondary, the cornerbacks are questionable. A lot of young people there. Troy Pride Jr., another young player. Stanley Thomas Oliver III, another young player. So they have a lot of young. Corn Elder is another young player. So they have a lot of young players in the secondary. Trey Boston is a decent safety. Sam Franklin, a lot of young, inexperienced players in that secondary. So you can be able to throw on this team, but literally you can run on this team. If you're missing two of your star wide receivers or top wide receivers, this is a game in which you run on the team. And like I said, family, I wasn't even looking at that, man, but that's how it is sometimes when you be looking at stuff and you shouldn't be looking over there. That when you be looking at shit I wasn't even supposed to be looking over there, and I got to peek and say, hold on, stop the show. Stop the presses, let me check it out. Well, what can I tell you, family? That's the breakdown so far. Hit the like button, family. And after, I promise you guys, we're about to go to break. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to open up the phone lines, and I want to hear from you guys and what you guys think about what's going on, your predictions on the show. Of course, now that Mike Thomas, we know that he's out. He was ruled out by the injury report. We know that Emmanuel Sanders is out as well. He won't be participating in the Carolina matchup. The truth is, we don't need them to participate in this matchup. If you can't beat Carolina with what you have, you don't deserve to be playing football, man. Carolina is a young team. They're overachieving right now because the right pieces is doing what they need to do. But the defense will hold them back. They don't have enough pieces, veteran-wise, to carry this team. So the team is carried by the offense, and they're a building team. So they're overachieving right now. You knock them down back to reality, and then you take possession of the team and see the Buccaneers looking at 3 weeks from now when they face the Saints in Tampa. They know that the Saints beat them this time, the first week of the season, and they are trying to get in position to knock your ass out. To knock you out. And I often say, I keep saying, see, that's what happens when you got people willing to do what it takes to win, as opposed to people that's not. You know, and I say, is Will Clark or whatever his name is that a Super Bowl or bust move? Is bringing Ken Crawley back or Tommy Lee Lewis Super Bowl or bust moves? You haven't done Super Bowl moves since you signed Sanders and Jenkins. That was in the offseason before we started playing. But since the season has started, what else did you do to fortify the team? You started by getting rid of Nigel Bradham, cutting him because he requested more time. Sean Payton in his ego, how dare you ask me, Emperor Payton, to be able to, for more play time. You're out of here. Well, coach, I was just asking for more playing time, coach. You don't ask me for playing time. Get your stuff and get the hell out of here. And reporters looking down there saying, they come to, Coach Payton, what was that? Oh, I just wanted to look at the younger guys. Then when it come down to the younger guys like Keith Washington II, who should be on the active roster, he don't look that way. I want to take a look at the young guys. But the young guys ain't shining. Where they at? Where your draft picks at? Where's Troutman? Where is Zach Bond? You know, where's Ruiz? Where is Cesar, as they call him? I say Cesar Ruiz. Sound like Caesar to me, Cesar or whatever you want to call it. Look like Caesar, sound like Caesar to me. But you have Cesar or Cesar Ruiz sitting over there. None of them know where they at. Where the draft picks at to help out that you gave up several picks to get, that you want to look at the young guys. We need an infusion of guys. Some of these guys don't deserve to be on this team. They keep trying to sell you a Pinto and tell you it's a Benz. We know the difference between Pintos and Benzes. We know that these third Derek great value good ass cornerbacks that we have ain't gonna hold up against real wide receivers when they be out there. You see how their eyes be all bucked out and everything. With Patrick Robinson getting toasted. Oh, PJ Williams getting toasted, and PJ's eyes ain't bucking. He used to the toasting. PJ Williams living a damn toaster. If Lattimore's house is an igloo, then PJ Williams' house is a goddamn toaster. Oh, I'm used to this. Man, they think it's hot out here. I'm used to this. I live in a toaster. Oh, man. PJ Williams live in a toaster, man. And Patrick Robinson live in a blender. Oh, they stay. PJ live in a toaster. Let's see, Lattimore lives in the igloo because he cool for school. PJ Williams live in a toaster because he stay getting toasted. And Patrick Robinson live in a blender because he all turned up. Oh, man. That's funny, man. That's funny. But listen, that's all you can do is laugh about it. Because listen, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to get down to the nitty and gritty. I'm going to just keep it real with you. It's going to get down to the nitty gritty. But anyway, listen, we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back on the other side of the break, family, I'm going to open up the phone lines and allow the family members to chime in with their thoughts and concerns about the Saints. So get ready. We're going to open up the phone lines when we get back. Questions, concerns, or comments, put them in the chat right now. And I promise I'm going to get to them after I finish taking these calls. So y'all stay right where y'all at, and we'll be right back after these commercials. Hit the like button for me, please.
Remington Tax Solutions is a company that, together with their partners, provide virtual tax consultation and preparation for individuals, small business, and nonprofit. They also provide notary and a host of other business-related services for their clients. Their associates provide a systematic yet very client-centered approach to their services. They offer the industry knowledge and insight to help solve your most complex tax issues. At Remington, their currency is time, the one resource that cannot be replenished. For that reason, they utilize the simplest and most effective forms of technology to make their services faster and more efficient. No need to wait in the office until your taxes are completed. Simply upload your documents via the Taxes to Go app or via their client portal, and they'll take care of the rest. Remington Tax Solutions is a member of the National Association of Tax Professionals and participates in the IRS Annual Filing Season Program, which is a voluntary tax education program to stay abreast of the ongoing changes in tax legislation. Remington Tax Solutions has a strong connection to the communities in which they serve. It is a part of their mission to make a positive impact on the lives of their neighbors. So, if you're looking for a reliable, effective, and trustworthy tax preparation service, Remington Tax Solutions is the business for you. Contact Remington Tax Services at their number 682-307-4410 or simply go to remingtontax.com. That's remingtontax.com. Remington Tax Service, virtual tax preparation for the individual and small business. Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study, applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables. Also prolongs shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below.
Tea is your escape. It's your opportunity to create a moment for stillness, for reflection, for yourself. It's your connection to a world of senses, flavors both exotic and familiar, energizing and relaxing. It's your retreat from an increasingly turbulent world. It's the perfect paradox of simplicity and complexity. Teabox.com connects tea to people, uniting the richest flavors of the finest teas with the curious, the cultivated, and the adventurous all over the world. The freshest tea you've ever tasted, from crop to cup. There's simply no simpler way to experience the wonderful complexity of tea. Teabox, packing up the freshness. Tea thrives on freshness, and so do they. Teabox temperature and humidity control facility ensure that tea is maintained. The teas themselves go into oblique bags with aluminum layers that protect them from excess moisture and light. With Teabox, shopping for fresh, loose leaf tea is easy because you make an informed purchase. You know exactly where your tea is coming from. So for the freshest teas in the world, check out Teabox.com. That's right, Teabox.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
The Kleins family has been getting people to go nuts for old nuts since 1995. As legends have it, a number of the Kleins friends who heard the idea said you can go nuts trying to name a store like that. In the excitement, the Kleins thought their friends said old nuts instead of go nuts and proceeded to throw caution to the wind. Old Nuts has over 2,000 items, bulk and wholesale prices of a whole lot of your favorite fruits, nuts, and confections. A selection of gift baskets for any budget, any occasion, and provides one of the best and impressively rated shopping experiences on the web. Fact is, between their selection, service, speed, or their online presence in the virtual mirror retail experience, they have developed an enviable client base that's comprised of personal and professional customers who count on their remarkable range of gift baskets. Think of gift basket, think about Old Nuts. Check them out, oldnuts.com. Check the link in the description section.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tough Tiger talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tough Tiger talk.
All right. Family, we back in the building. Thank y'all for being patient with us as we ran our little commercial. We got to pay the bills. Big ups to the rest of the family members on this side of the show. Please strike upon the like button. Thank you, son. So appreciate everybody in the live stream. Much love to the Black and Gold family members chiming on this edition of the show. Big ups to you and Yearn. Big ups to you and Yearn on this edition. Now, family, we got the live lines are activated. 504-475-4482. 504-475-4482. 504-475-4482. 504-475-4482. Try to do it like the old people used to sell his stuff back in the day. Big ups to the family members. Big ups. All right, family, we're going to go through it. Brother JT says, Tampa is listening to UQ. I'm supposed to be talking to the Black and Gold Nation, bro. But people that know we be talking the truth, man. I'm telling you, it's information. If you got the proper information, people will listen. And if you're in, then they'll vet it and they say, man, well, that's the truth. That's the truth. And and then the thing is, we consistent with what we're saying. We're consistent. We're consistent with what we're saying about the running a game, about the defense. We're consistent in all phases of what we're talking about. When we talk about we watching the teams on the special teams, not blocking for Deontay or Marquez Callaway or Alvin Kamara, whoever they put back there. We're consistent. We are consistent with what we're talking about. So we got a call, fam. We're going. All right, fam. Thanks for calling. It's great Saint Thank who's on the line. Can you hear me, family? Hello.
Hey, I'm here, Q.
Oh, brother JT, how you doing, bro?
Oh man, I'm messed up over here, man. I'm all messed up, Q.
Oh, what's going? Hold on there. Give me just a second there, brother JT. We had another family member that just popped up on there. All right, family, thank you for calling the Sports Coma. Who on the line?
Oh, this Trey. What's up, JT?
One more time, my brother. I couldn't hear you.
Trey Joseph. What's up,
Trey? What up, bro? How you doing, my fam? Thank you for chiming in, bro. We got brother JT right ahead of you, my friend. So if you could just mute your phone.
Let JT get his rocket on.
Okay. All right. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. We'll get you in there. All right, brother JT, coming back to you, my bro. What's going on, fam? What you said you all messed up over there. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, man. I'm a good checkers player and I'm a good chess player, but man, something got my mind messed up over here. You know, and I'm gonna start this way, Q. Mm-hmm. How we still have the player that blew the tackle against Minnesota and on that day, and Minnesota don't even have the receiver.
They showed this ship his ass out of town. They sent him down there send him to Buffalo.
He sent him to Buffalo.
And he was on the plus side of it.
Yeah, and you know the key part? You know what we messed up? The Saints might go and get him because he just grounded in Buffalo.
I can see how you all messed up over it. I can see it. That's enough to turn everybody's world upside down. That kind of logic, bro.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm so messed up over here, because the crazy stuff happens, man. You know, we up here talking about Crowley coming back, you Patrick Robinson and all these other guys come back here. If they go get this guy and bring him here, I guess I don't know, man. I'm messed up over here, Q. I just can't do it. I can't do it no more, Q. I just can't. I can't do it, Q.
But JT, brother JT, listen, bro. You just gave, man, listen. We might be struggling to understand what's going on, bro, but let me tell you, that provided a great belly laugh for the entire Great Saint Think Tank, let me tell you. That made everybody day right there, bro.
Man, I mean, you look, you look at Tampa Bay. They went out and they listen. Hold on, Q. Watch this. They listening to you too. They going Super Bowl.
I thought that was the logic. I thought that was the logic. The logic was the Super Bowl or bust. What's going on here?
Yeah, it is the logic, but not for Tampa Bay to be told in the us, you.
But I can't remember saying, I'm saying, listen, hold on. This they telling you is Super Bowl or bust. Obviously, that's a difference. Super Bowl or bust to me means that you're going to go out and you're going to get all the talent you can get to help you propel yourself past other teams. What's these great value canned good meals that you're trying to sell us? And then you see teams like even the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to sign Dez Bryant, and they traded for Ngakoue. They traded to bring Ngakoue, and they're going to sign Dez Bryant. Then you got Seattle was trying to get Brown. Tampa gets Brown. Tampa got Fournette and Brown. I mean, good grief. They trying to get everybody, but that's what a team does when they serious about winning some Super Bowls. That's what they do.
Look, I'm going down Airline Highway. And my wife said, "Why are you turning this way?" I said, "Because I don't
know what I'm doing. I'm all messed up."
I say I'm messed up, girl. I say I don't want to go past in front of the Saints facility right now because I don't know who they done picked up or not. I rather hear it from off a Q show.
Ain't a damn thing going over there, man. You got ain't a damn thing going on.
And I have a friend call me up earlier, and he said, "Watch the Saints go pick up Willie Snead." Man, we'll laugh and stop right now. I don't care what nobody say. We'll laugh and stop right. In my mind, we're laughing because, I mean, if you're going Super Bowl or bust, you got to go all out, Q. You got to go from the beginning, and you got to try to make it happen. Because I'm looking at Tampa Bay. They loading up for that run in December and January. That's what they're looking for.
Yep.
That's what they're doing. And we sitting pat with 6 weeks, Teron Armstead out, and then Pete come back, and then when Pete out, Armstead come back. I mean, they never play together for 2 or 3 games. I mean, man, I don't know. My mind messed up. I'm telling you, I'm messed up. I'm messed up right now. I need to get some of that stuff that Joe Vitt had. He was giving the players. I'm messed up right now. I'm messed up. I mean, I'm messed up. I'm messed up. I don't know. I'm speechless too, Q. I'm speechless. I'm just that messed up, Q. You got to help me. I took a flu shot today. I didn't take a straight shot. I took a flu shot.
Brother JT, listen, bro. I mean, man, listen. The only thing I can say, bro, is that, man, we got to take care of business, bro. I mean, come on. I mean, and the thing is, it's not like we don't have. There's guys out there that can't help. It's the Saints. And I joked about it the last couple of shows when I said, okay, we need an edge. We need a defensive end, Coach Payton. We need a veteran cornerback, and we need a defensive end, Coach Payton. And then Coach Payton said, "Your wish is my command." And he goes out just like an evil genie. The evil genie analogy been using so recently. You ask Coach Payton for a defensive end, he says, "Your wish is my command," and he does that. And then next thing you know, you end up here. You get Anthony Zettel. You get Willisby.
You get Coy. You get Schaefer. You get Milwaukee's best.
Oh my goodness! And I say, okay, Coach Payton, all right, you messed up on that one. How about getting me a veteran cornerback? And Coach Payton said, "Your wish is my command." He does that, and then you get a cornerback. It's Ken Crawley. So you know what? I'm not asking Sean Payton for nothing no more.
No, don't ask him for nothing. Don't ask him for nothing because he go to Walgreens, he'll go get Surefire products.
I ain't asking his ass for nothing no more. He don't do right.
No,
I asked for a defensive end. He gets me Willisby or Will, whatever his name is. I asked him for a cornerback. He goes get kicked. He goes back and get kicked. I'm not asking you for nothing no more.
Oh
hell
man,
with you.
man, you got to bring life to this, man, because I mean that hurts when they do some crazy stuff, man. They go just don't bring back the triple reverse with the tight end. Please don't bring that back. Please don't bring it back. We don't need it. We don't need it. I'm tired of it. I'm messed up, Q. I had to bring life to the family tonight because I was looking at the chat and the family is messed up.
Oh,
the family is messed up. They messed up in the chat.
Brother JT, I was just looking at a few family members. Yeah, they got some pissed people in there. And GM Cab is like the George Washington of the chat. He leading it. I mean, I'm telling you. Boy, he was pissed before he got on the show. So he went out and see, I ain't know nothing about it. That just happened. That must have just happened with that Antonio Brown. I'm covering the depth chart on the Panthers. And look, I said, hold on, that can't be right. And in my head, I'm looking, I'm like, that's got to be an old news item. Nope.
That was right.
It was right. I looked at the timestamp and I was like, yeah, that's for the day. Look at that there.
You're gonna have to make a shirt with the Constitution for the Saints of the constitutional rights for the Saints. That's a shirt about
and the number one Constitution rule on there is gonna be thou shall not ask Sean Payton for any goddamn thing. That's
right. Don't ask him for nothing. First down run.
Don't ask him for a damn thing, because you ain't gonna get it.
Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Q, I had to make light, Q, because it's messing us all up. We messed up, man. We messed up.
I know, bro. It's tough.
And you know what's the kick part about all this? The Saints will come out there Sunday and we're 40 points on them people. and when all the starters come back, they'll do 24.
We got to take care of business, man. We got to take care of business, brother JT. We can't let them try it, bro. They tried. We just got to make sure we do what we're supposed to do. The trade deadline coming up. They got guys out there on the free agent superior right now, guys like Tremaine Johnson. They got guys like Clay Matthews. Bring those guys in here, man.
Bring them in. Bring them in. Bring them in.
What you waiting for? You know what you waiting for?
If you can get Julio Jones for 6, 7, 8 games or whatever, you think you can do it, make the move. I mean, these people not asking for much. I'm listening to this. I'm looking at this. 4th round picks, 6th round picks. I mean, you ain't giving up a 1st round pick or a 2nd round. These people not asking for much. You know, they just going to get these guys for this run. You know, we know we're in a pandemic right now and what we're dealing with.
Right.
You understand? They know this. They know this, but we just gotta match what to me, I feel to believe I make moves. If I make moves before people make moves. If I know I got that's right. Now what's gonna happen? Since Tom Brady starting to call up all these, watch something come along, they're gonna have something on TV and everything else on the radio. Oh, Drew Brees called one of his friends to come. Yeah, he might. You know what they're going to call? And I'm going to leave you alone with this, Q, right now. They're going to call Darius Pros in here. I'm gone, Q. I'm gone, Q.
Appreciate you, JT. Who that to you, brother?
Who that to you, Q? I had to make light to it. I'm gone, Q. I'm messed up.
Appreciate you, cuz.
All right. Yeah, you're right.
All right. That was brother JT chiming in. Big ups to you. All right, we got brother Trey Joseph coming up next. Big ups to the rest of the family members in the live stream, man. Listen, man, at 985, man, 985 says we asked Payton for 2 rushes, 1st down. He goes 2 passes, 4th down. 2 passes, 4th down. All right, we're going to bring Trey Joseph. What up, Trey? How you doing, fam? What's up with you?
What's up, Big Q? What's poppin' with you?
Man, good, bro. Everything all good. Having a laugh with the fam, bro. What's up with you?
Yeah, JT wild, bro. Great call from JT. But I'm going to keep it real with you, Q, bro. I don't think we finna make no moves. I just don't see in the history of the Saints organization, we don't trade. The last trade we did was for Kiko Alonso, if I remember correctly. That was literally the last trade we did.
Isn't that
So I
something?
don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, isn't that something, bro? Now, and you're absolutely right, bro. I don't anticipate a trade either. I don't know if that's going to happen. Only thing I can tell you all is first and foremost is that we as a fan base, we got to make sure we handle business, man. We got to make sure we handle business. We got to take care of what we got to take care of. We got to sign some people. We got to make some moves. We got to do something, bro, because what we've been happening back there, sitting back here looking crazy and acting foolish, this is not something that we need to do. So
why is Earl Thomas not in black and gold? What is he doing? What is our G? I don't know who has control. I don't know if it's Mickey Loomis or Sean Payton, but why is Earl Thomas not in black and gold right now?
I don't think
he's a Super Bowl winning safety, and that's what we need.
I don't think they see him as a need, though, Trey. That's the thing. It's like when you have let's say you have a friend or a family member that has a problem. The only way you're gonna make them see that they're having a problem is if you can, if you say to yourself, go to them and you have your friends and y'all surround them and say, man, what are y'all doing here? Listen, such and such, we coming to you because this is an intervention. And you're like, an intervention? What's wrong? Well, we all think you have an issue. No, I don't. And then everybody there, the mixture, the people, when you have all the people there, it forces the person, and then everybody starts spitting their truths to the person, and then interventions actually work. But I mean, the Saints don't see issues in the defense. They see their player personnel issues as miscommunications in the defense. They're not communicating and stuff like that. They don't actually see that the players that they have can't actually perform the job that they want them to. They don't see it like that.
He can't do it. He can't do it. Marcus Williams is not an all-in safety. Whatever personal issues Earl Thomas has, I don't care about that. I know that man is going to give all his – he might get burnt over the top every once in a while, but he's not going to miss a game-winning tackle. Earl Thomas is not going to do that 100%. And I hate to be down on Williams. He was good for us that rookie season, but I would never let that go. That hurt me so bad.
Yeah. We got to take it serious, man. We haven't been doing anything since the season started besides that stupid move before the regular season to try to acquire what's his name? Yeah, Clowney. To try to get Clowney here. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous to put it mildly, man. But the reality is the Saints have to be able to make some. Look what Baltimore is doing. Baltimore, you think they sitting back? They went out and got Yannick Ngakoue, and they ended up trying to get Dez Bryant here. They add a compliment to what Brown and everything else they got going in Baltimore. They're not sitting back saying we got it. Kansas City just won a championship. They've been knocking people, and they go out and get Le'Veon Bell. So I'm like, what make you think you so special when the team that just won the championship, they are making moves to improve their team? What the hell is your problem? Well, we feel like we got enough to compete. And we sit up here saying, no, you can never have too many pass rushers, and you can never have too many good cornerbacks. And the Saints, the problem is the Saints don't have enough good cornerbacks. They don't. They need more than that because it shows you that Janoris Jenkins missed 2 games a couple of weeks because of a shoulder issue that we didn't even know it was that bad. Marshawn Lattimore dealing with hamstring issues. It happens. It happens, and he's struggling. But if you can't get a veteran or at least 2 veterans in the secondary that can come in and play for you when you have players that's struggling, you just going to stick with the players that's struggling until they unstruggle.
Man, we're going to lose.
You see what I'm saying?
Now, keep losing.
So that's the thing. It's like, okay, what's the method here? You got a guy that's struggling. He playing struggle. Do you pull a guy or do you struggle until he unstruggles? Do you stick with him until you see what I'm saying? Now, most people, what they'll do is they'll pull that guy out of there and put somebody in there. He might not just have it for that game. That happens. They'll have real good players that just don't have it for that game. What do the Saints do? They're going to push them and force them in there and let them keep. Well, we're going to keep. And then the coach don't have the vision to make the adjustment and say, you know what? This player don't have it the game. I can see it. Let's just go somewhere else. He don't do that. he tries to force the shoe on the foot. And what happens is if you got small shoes on the big foot, you're going to have cons. You're going to have foot problems. And that's what the Saints are experiencing using, shoe language. They are struggling in that regard. So, I mean, my thing is, man, I feel the upsetness from the family members about getting, maybe not, we ain't want Antonio Brown, but we've been saying for a while you need name brand players that's going to contribute, because what's the problem, Q? You don't like great value? No, it's not the fact that I don't like great value, but the reality is I know that this coach buys great value players because it doesn't put any pressure on him to play these great value, no-name players. Nobody's going to ask him about playing this great value good player that they just picked up. They're not going to ask him. They added this guy and they got 2 defensive ends on the damn practice squad. What is you accruing defensive ends for if you're not using the ones you got? But see, they don't even ask him. I don't want to talk about that right now. You hear me now? The people ask him about the injuries. Well, I don't like getting into the injuries. Well, that's too goddamn bad. We want to know because the people want to know what's up with the injuries. What's going on here, that, and the third. You don't want to get into it. That's just absolutely insane, man. Go ahead, Trey.
I want you to watch how many times we put in the jumbo package, not on goal line. Just the 3 tight end jumbo package. I want you to watch for that because you're a very observant player. I want you to watch. I don't think Sean Payton trusts his O-line to run the football. I really don't. That's why Drew Brees is throwing it 40 times a game, because I feel like Sean Payton does not trust O-line for whatever reason, because it's a top 5 O-line for sure. It seemed like he don't trust it. I want you to watch for that.
Bro, yeah, you're right, Trey, and it does give that appearance, because oftentimes I'm like, why are you throwing it down the line of scrimmage 8 times a game? I mean, literally, you go count them up. Like, when was the game against the Chargers? You can see the pitch count was 7 times. Maybe it was 8 times. It was 8 times to either side of the line of scrimmage. Why are you throwing the ball 7 to 8 times down the line of scrimmage? Why are you doing that when it's easy for you to run? When it's easy for you to run the ball up and that proves point to what you're saying about him maybe not trusting it. But even if you don't trust it, your best answer for that is a fullback and a back that averages 4.5, 5 yards a carry, and what you have. So if you don't trust the offensive line, give them some help. Give them a tight end or 2 and give them a fullback and allow that fullback to bust that defensive lineman out the way, that linebacker, which allows Latavius Murray to get to the second or third level of the defense, and then a big gain. So, I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's easy. That's easy when you got a struggling line. And then who's responsible for the line play and why they look like that and why there's a rookie there? That's Sean Payton. Payton pulled the hammer and said that Walford had to go. Walford had 1 year left on his contract. Well, Walford was looking bad. The whole damn line looked bad last year in that Minnesota game. But you ain't see him cut Armstead or get rid of anybody. Hell, he gave Andrews Pete a contract worth $57.5 million, one of the top 3 offensive linemen in the game. So you mean to tell me you put Pete on blast with a $50+ million contract, but then put Larry Walford in the street, and all he did was went to 3 straight Pro Bowls in a row. But he was the main ingredient why they look so bad. That is some bull crap. Then you put this rookie in here, and then you don't even much want to play the rookie because you was putting Easton in there. And Easton, it was the backup. And I'm like, how Easton, you take Ruiz and Easton and you do a Dragon Ball Z fusion. And the guy whoever make in one person is not going to be better than what Larry Walford is. Let me just put it to you like that. The guy was playing at a high level, and you could have kept him for an initial year before you decided to disturb the interior workings of your line. Or perhaps if you wanted to get a center, maybe you could have traded for a veteran that could have picked it up faster. A rookie is putting a rookie in a position of being a center on a Super Bowl a bust defensive-minded mentality all across the spectrum is a very tough thing to do. And say, here you go, you pick it up. But before you pick it up as a center, I'm going to play you at guard just to see if you're a good guard or not. But nobody called that and say, isn't that a bit insane and dysfunctional to do that, Q, when he doesn't have any history of playing the guard position? That is insane. Yes, that's insane. But that's what happens when you have good sense. That is your coach. So that's what I'm saying, man. If any problems are here, it's because of the coach disturbing the offensive line. Now, if you wanted to do a remake, it's ridiculous. But yeah, go ahead, Trey. We got a caller coming in, my brother. But go ahead, make it.
I'm good, Q. That's all I wanted to say. Much peace to you. Let the next caller get their turn.
All right, Trey Joseph, appreciate you calling, my brother. Much love to you, and who that to you, bro?
Who that?
That's Trey Joseph chiming in, one of the good ones. All right, fam, thanks for calling the Sports Coma, man. Hold on, they must have hung up. All right, family, big ups to the rest of the family. Thank you for Brother JT for dropping some knowledge. You provided a good laugh for the great Saint Think Tank. Brother Trey Joseph also dropping some information as well. A big ups to him as well. And the rest of the family members, Devin C., I see your family, who that to you? Iceman, Brother Robert Clark, who that to you? BR Fitted 225, big ups to you. I see your family. Much love to y'all in chat. Big Irv, I see you, Big Irv. Mark 504, who that to you? Trail Hatch, I see you, Trail. Ryan P., who that to you? Ryan. Brian Pearson, big up to you as well, Brian. Good to see you in the chat. Uncle Paulie, who in the building as well. Big ups to you, Uncle Paul. Brother Derek, what up, Brother Derek? How you doing, fam? Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Big ups to you, bro. Good to see you here, man. Hope everything going well with you, my brother. Good to see you in the chat. All right, and the rest of Debo. What up, Debo? Good to see you in the chat. Melanin God 504. What's up, fam? He says, what's Gravy Groove City, New Orleans? There you go, baby. Big ups to you, bro. All right, good to see you in the chat. All right, Can't Guard Juice. What up, Can't Guard Juice? What up, fam? He says, facts Q. Sean is a narcissist. He got my Twitter banned for for criticizing him on there. He says he already has me blocked on my new account, so I know he hears us, yet he continues to be the same guy. Isn't that something? That's the kind of dude that will block you on the Twitter. Isn't that something? Yeah, that old shagging George St. Bernard. He did that. I told you. And I told y'all, Gary, what's up, Gary? Gary Caraway, who that to you, Gary? Saint Boomin, who that to you, Saint Boomin? Good to see you in the chat as well, fam. Welcome to the show, man. And welcome to all the great Saint Think Tank family members. If you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe and hit the button. Also, if you hadn't hit the like button, family, it's Ethan. What's up, Ethan? Ethan McGee, who that to you, fam? We got about 50 likes in there. If you feel free to please help us out by hitting the like button and keep it going. But yeah, that's terrible, bro. Got your account banned like that, man. It's ridiculous, man. But that's Sean Payton, man. I've been saying it. And like I said, when we had Till, what's up, my dog Till in the building? What up, fam? Bro, and that's the thing, man, about Payton, man, is that, you know, remember we did the show, I think it was early this week. It was, actually, we recorded the show the past weekend, and then we released it on Monday. The Bob Rose show where Bob dropped in with the report card, the Saints report card at the Bye is the name of it. If you want, check it out, go and look at it. It was pretty insightful, man. You know, Bob always come and drop the knowledge, you know. And before the show started, me and Bob talked. I was like, Bob, listen, man, what's going on with Payton, man? What's the word Payton? He said, Q, everything you say about Payton is right. And he said he even one-upped it by telling me, he said, Q, he worse than Belichick. I said, he worse than Belichick. He said, yeah, Q. He said, yeah, Q. He said, yeah, Q, he worse than Belichick. He said he'd had reporters banned. And I said, report. And I had to think to myself, he said, yeah, remember when Travis Fleckle or whatever his name is, Mackle or whatever, the twin news reporters, one of them, he banned them because he said, he questioned them, he didn't like it, he had him thrown out of there. And I'm like, man, and I've said to myself, that's right. And I have to remember to get that article and keep it in the archive and to flash it. But I continue to expose them because people like that, you got to expose them, man. You can't let them sit in that bubble. He's going to tear you up. That ego is the reason why the Saints falling through the floor the last three goddamn years. And then if you don't think that's true, people don't even realize, and I keep telling them that, is that when Payton lost the game to the Vikings last year, early this year, remember what happened. He lost the game. It was like, and I kid about it, like I always said, like he blended and drunk a protein, Prozac smoothie. that he actually, like he blended a protein smoothie and drunk it before the game. And then he was nothing affected. He wasn't complaining, wasn't yelling, remember? And I'm like, man, he a little too cool. Second half came out, the team still was struggling, stammering, stinking. And then they didn't get going until later in the middle of the fourth quarter in the Vikings game. And then they still lost. At the end of the game, what was he doing? Walking out there calmly, trying to shake Stephon Diggs' hand and he stepped chopper style in his face. Remember that? And remember I criticized, I said, look at this fool right here, representing the black and gold nation. And he got this guy chopper styling in his face and he got his hand stuck out there. I wouldn't be trying to shake your goddamn hand. First of all, the chopper style ain't a dance the Vikings do. That's to mock you, stupid. But see, somebody on a proteins, not a protein, a Prozac smoothie, that's how they act. And then what he do after the game was over with, the next week, what he did, he took a plane trip, took the job to be the analyst for the 49ers in the Vikings game. He went to San Francisco and was telling the Vikings how to beat the 49ers and the 49ers how to beat the Vikings. Isn't that a conflict of interest? How could you take that job? You just lost to that team. And you're going to go up there and tell them how to win and give them the scouting report? And you should, and I remember watching, I cannot find that footage, but I will play, I wish I had that footage because I would play y'all that footage to show y'all that he knew what he was supposed to do because he said the same thing that I had said in the shows that we did leading up to that Vikings playoff game. He knew that you got to run the ball. This dude was saying that. And I was like, see, and that's what, and you're like, well, Q, that's it. And see, that's the problem. When you got a massive ego, he didn't care about the backlash that he would get from the Saints family members for doing that boneheaded move. Did he get any backlash? Not a damn bit from the media, nobody. Nobody went off and said, what the hell Payton doing out there trying to tell the Vikings how to beat the Niners and the Niners how to beat the Vikings? But see, he can get away with stuff like that if you sleep. We not sleep no more, and we on your ass, Payton, I'm telling you. Anyway, bottom line, thank you for calling the Great Saint Think Tank family. Who's on the line?
Iceman T checking in.
What's up, Iceman? How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm a little more calmed down than the last couple of days, man.
Okay, so you the calm you ain't the fire ice man. You the real ice man. Now that's what you're telling me.
Yeah, man.
You the chill ice man.
Yeah, I done linked up with I done got with whatever laddie daddy got with. You know what I'm saying? I done got in touch with his people. Now I'm too cool for school.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you. You gotta get with my people. They be thinking it's that stuff from Cali. That ain't it, man. It's just you just cool. You just feeling yourself, you know what I'm saying? You just basking in your own glory. You know, that's what it is. Go ahead, Ice Man. Go ahead. What you think about all this stuff going on, man? Bro?
Q, like, didn't we just talk about this, man? Super Bowl moves, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. AB to the Bucks, that stings more than the Everson Griffin, man. That stings more than the not getting Jadeveon Clowney, not getting a veteran cornerback. Man, I mean, listen, I just got to give them credit, bro. I mean, like I can't. There's nothing I can hate on with the moves. I mean, they did. This is an example of one team in a Super Bowl or bust season doing the right moves, and the other one isn't. It's just that simple. One team is swinging for the fences, and the other one isn't. I mean, look, man, we talk about AB. Let's not forget that they got, McCoy and they brought in Leonard Fournette to shore up the run game. Let's not forget that.
Hold on just a second, Ice Man. We got another caller. Just hold that thought, bro. I want you to finish that up. All right, fam, thanks for calling. It's a Great Saint Think Tank. Who's on the line?
What's going on, Big Q?
What's up, bro? This Uncle Paulie.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
We're hot.
All right. Well, Ice Man, he calmed down, so he ain't he's spitting fire, but it's calm fire today. He been fired up over the last couple.
I think you turned up the burner. Turn up that burner.
Uncle Paulie said, "Turn up the burner." All right, Ice Man, back to you, my brother. Go ahead and finish your thought, bro.
Man, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many times as a family base we could sit here and watch all our contemporaries get these name brand players and we just stay pat. Like, man, everyone else is getting better around us. Like, it's not going. I just don't understand, man. If we can see it, how can't they see it? What's the problem with getting name brand players? What's wrong with that? I mean, I don't understand the issue. I don't understand why we can't get them. And you can't tell me money is the issue because we got a cap wizard back there named Mickey Loomis who move money around. You know what I'm saying? Get people paid, break contracts down and backload them and all that type of stuff to where he could fit them all in. So, like, I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what's going on, but man, Antonio to the Bucks, man. I mean, this is just more of the same. You know, more of the same. The rich get richer. You know, I mean, man, Evans, Godwin, Gronk, and AB, bruh. And you company that with the secondary issues that we having right now, bruh. Man, this is not, and I'm not all doom and gloom. You know, I still got faith that the Saints could win the division, but their moves are just not matching up. Like, we not keeping pace with what everybody else is doing, man. Like, we got to get somebody to just, I don't understand. It just seems so chaotic and sporadic with the Saints. And I think you said it best. How do you have the cleverness to get the veterans, Sanders and Jenkins, but you don't do anything else, you know, with anybody else? Like, you don't try to get, you know, Everson Griffin. I mean, did we forget what he did in the Minnesota game? You don't try to get that dude. You made a last pitch effort to get Jadeveon. I mean, you won't even talk to a dude that was on the Ravens, guy from Seattle, Thomas. You won't even talk to Thomas. And I mean, I'm just stunned, Q. Like, that news, like, that was if this was the NBA, that's a Woj bomb you dropped. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's a Wojnarowski bomb you dropped on me, Q. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did not see that coming, bro. I didn't see that coming. I thought for sure he was gonna be with Seattle. That's bad enough, him being in Seattle, because that's the same conference. But him walking his ass in our division, bruh, are you kidding me? Man. But, I mean, man, that's just what I wanted to say, man. This, I mean, I don't know, man. I was fired up going into this game because I was like, man, we got to go against the Panthers. This should be, you know what I'm saying, this should be a crisp win. This should be the win where the family base gets the confidence of the Saints, like, okay, now we back on track. This is the team that we thought we would see earlier in the season after they got, you know, their nooks and crannies and stuff, all their, like, you know, their mess ups and stuff out. This should be a crisp win against the Panthers. This is a tune-up game where you fine-tune everything and you get everybody on the same wavelength moving forward. But that news knocked the hell out of me, Q. I ain't gonna lie, bro. that news knocked the hell out of me. Like when you, I mean, it was like everything was going so well, bro. Everything was going so well. My day was good. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling good. And then that bomb just dropped, man. I'm like, damn, man. Man, we can't catch a break. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we wanted. They got Leonard Fournette. That stung the first time around. They got Leonard Fournette. Now you double back around. They firing, man, yo. They riding on the Saints right now, bro. They are riding on the Saints, bro.
Iceman, you're right, bro. I'm gonna share an article with the family members right now. This is posted by Saints Wire. It'll be up momentarily. This is reported, was published report. Bucks reach deal with Antonio Brown. He's set to debut Week 9 versus the Saints. So of course this was a move with the Saints in mind, but they're gonna debut them against the Saints secondary. The thing is, do the Saints go out and then feel free to then attack and get a cornerback to kind of beef up the secondary, knowing that you will be possibly facing guys, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. Then there's Goodwin there. What you gonna do? Are you gonna then fortify it by going to get other guys to beef it up? Are you gonna go and reach and get some good secondary members and possibly come out and do something like that? I mean, what's the game plan here?
Man, for real.
What's the game plan?
Bro, I'm concerned about Marcus Williams, bro. I'm concerned, bro. If AB gets behind Marcus Williams, bro, man, look, this is not how I envisioned this day going, man. This is terrible news. It's horrible news, bro. But we just, like you said, man, we gotta do the right thing, bro. And that falls on Sean Payton, bro. They got AB. Now the ball is back in Sean Payton's court, bro. What you gonna do? Are you gonna play the right game plan like how you supposed to do and run the football, keep them off the field? You know what I'm saying? So they don't have an offensive explosion and all of that. This is really gonna test the coaching of Sean Payton, bro. I'm serious, bro. This like all of these, these teams getting better. We're really gonna see who Sean Payton really is, bro. Because you are right, bro. You say it all the time, Q. He has had a 10-year layoff. And that is unacceptable. He has had a 10-year layoff. He's gotten comfortable and that's a lot of that's to do because he won a Super Bowl, but that was a decade ago, He has gotten comfortable. He has gotten relaxed because he hasn't felt no pressure, from a lot of people, especially the media. He hasn't had a lot of pressure on him. He hasn't had to deal with what a lot of coaches have had to deal with as far as like being on a hot seat and always, have to worry about if they mess up, they could lose their job. He hasn't had to deal with that type of stuff. So he has gotten comfortable. But all these moves in the division, teams getting better, we're really going to see what Sean Payton made of this season, man. And, through the first 5 games, he hasn't really been doing so hot. You easily could have lost that. We easily could have lost that Chargers game, man. We could easily be 2-3 right now. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta go into this game with a no nonsense approach against the Panthers. This should be a game that we get a crisp win. A fine tune. Everybody should be on the same wavelength. Everybody should be in tune. I don't want to see the secondary with their hands in the air talking about I thought you had him. I thought you. Nah, bro. It's time to cut all that out, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's 5 games. The preseason is over. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have 4 games to get it right. This should be the game that we go in seeing a crisp, dominant win from the Saints. Because the Panthers are good, but they shouldn't be able to hang around with the Saints. Because the Saints are better. The Saints are better than the Panthers, and they should be better. And they should win this game, in a more dominant fashion. Even though the Saints haven't really given us a reason to think like that because we let a rookie ass quarterback keep the Chargers around, all the way in overtime and stuff like that, So, man, all I can say is the Antonio Brown news hurt, man, but I want to see what Sean Payton does to combat that because that's a big move for the Bucs, man. I hate to say it, but that's a haymaker, man, for real.
Yeah, you're right, Ice man. I mean, it's tough, man. That's tough, but they tried to go after Antonio Brown early on before all this happened, so I kind of kept it in the back of my mind that they were looking for a splash play, and their offense has been been moving along pretty well, and this is another weapon. Only thing I remember is like he's going to be, he has 2 weeks to get ready for the Saints because obviously that's what they're looking. They're not caring about anything but the matchup to get even with the Saints. A loss to the Saints could severely impact what they're trying to do on the year, so they know they can't lose the next one. So getting Antonio Brown, the Saints have to. Sean Payton, listen, this will prove that what I've been saying for years, and we had the professor on yesterday, who really was talking about it and dropping the knowledge. But the reality is the Saints have to do something. They have to come with a cornerback with some name here. They got to go out and make a trade. and bring in a cornerback. They got to bring in another cornerback that's going to help this secondary. You cannot sit up here and say that you have Antonio Brown. And remember, the last time the Saints played Antonio Brown, what occurred? Antonio Brown cooked Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, he cooked the Saints secondary. You remember that? Do I need to bring those numbers up? He cooked the Saints secondary. Cooked them.
2 touchdowns.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you the Saints, you cannot sit back here and say, well, we're not worrying about the Kansas City Chiefs. If that'll show you every bit of what I've been saying, the delusionment about Sean Payton and what kind of coach he is, if he does not address the need by knowing that they've got AB for the Super Bowl push up against you, and you the main component, the main blockage in the way of Tampa Bay trying to play the Super Bowl in their own building, in their own state for the first time in history. That's what Tom Brady's trying to break. There has never been a team that has won the Super Bowl in their own city. That's what Tom Brady's trying to do. That's what the Tampa Bay organization is trying to do. So if you Sean Payton and the rest, and really it's Sean Payton, because Mickey Loomis does whatever Payton says to do, he needs to understand that you cannot sit there and say, we got Antonio Brown and we got that straight. No, you're going to have to make another move in the secondary to get better. And if it's many people are saying Earl Thomas, I'm not against that. I like Eric Reed. I don't care if Malcolm Jenkins and him don't see along. This is about Super Bowl, and these two grown-ass people, last time I checked. So something has to happen. You cannot 2 weeks cannot pass, and we playing the Buccaneers, and we sitting up there with Ken Crawley, P.J. Williams, and Patrick Robinson back there behind them guys, and these guys, you got to do something, bro. Your secondary struggling, bro. You got to bring another player, and shame on you for not drafting more cornerbacks to put on this team. And you said it yesterday about the competition aspect of Marshawn Lattimore. His position is, he cool at it, daddy. He ain't being pushed. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's not going to push. They're not going to allow Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to start over Marshawn Lattimore. Of course not. Even when Marshawn Lattimore and Jack Rabbit were out, they still had Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the slot. They put Patrick Robinson and P.J. Johnson over the P.J. whatever his name is over the top, Williams over the top of the 1 and 2 position, and left Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, C.D. Deuce, whatever you want to call himself, at the nickel position. So they're not threatened by that. None of those backward name brand failing ass bunk draft busted ass cornerbacks that we have is low confidence. No, listen, you torched me this time, but you ain't gonna get this one on me. No, don't talk mess cornerbacks. Just meek, just totally push me over, make touchdowns over me, and I just walk off with my game check ass defensive backs. We don't need them type of dudes. We need people that take offense to getting burnt, that take offense to touchdowns being thrown on them. That's what we need. We don't need garbage time, trash can ass cornerbacks who get burnt and then walk off the field and where my check at the end of the game. We don't need pathetic garbagement like that. We don't need that. And that's what happened when you see P.J. Williams, who lives in a toaster, because he stay getting burnt. You got a guy in P.J. and Patrick Robinson who lives in a blender because he always getting turned around. You got these fantastical spotline, garbage, silver trash can ass cornerbacks who ain't doing nothing, who just don't have no confidence, no intensity. No, you ain't gonna do this to me without me doing this to you. You just go out there and get pushed over and nothing happened to you. They just catch a touchdown and you just walk off the field with your head down. No, that's not how it go. You should be highly pissed that they scored touchdowns, that they would dare throw the ball in your direction. But they are not. That's why they don't deserve to be on this team. And Sean Payton is protecting these garbage time players, and shame on him. We're going to see what he do here. Because Antonio Brown was made for the Saints, but it's not just the Antonio Brown move for the rest of the family. Say, Q, they got Antonio Brown, so what? He just going to tear their locker room up. No, he ain't. He ain't going to tear their goddamn locker room up because there's a position for him to play. You got the other wide receiver dealing with injuries, so there's a spot for him to play. It's not like they bringing him into a healthy cabinet of wide receivers. They got injuries there. Some of these guys will sit for him to play. So there's a spot for him there They're already winning, so they don't have to deal with, can they win with Antonio Brown? They're already winning. So he can fit right into what's going on. They're already winning. Tom Brady is already doing this, that, and the third. So as the Saints, it's not just the Antonio Brown. It's other things. It's like what other teams are doing in the NFC to try to stockpile talent so they can come at you. And you're going to sit there and tell me if the Kansas City Chiefs can go out and get Le'Veon Bell, who just won the Super Bowl, you mean to tell me, we good, we good with what we got? Man, let me tell you, I've been saying the defensive back position is extremely weak beyond CD Deuce. If anything happens to the Laddie Daddy, Jack Rabbit, or CD Deuce, you in terrible trouble because you got PJ Williams, who lives in the toaster. You got Patrick Robinson, who lives in the blender, and then you got Justin Hardy that works at Pizza Hut or Domino's or wherever the hell he is. You know, that's the guys, and none of them guys are good cover guys. None of them are. So right. We're in trouble on the back end of that. You just hope and pray that the top cornerbacks continue to be healthy for the rest of the season.
Right, and then the top two cornerbacks we got have been ailing with some injuries lately. You know what I'm saying? So, right. Yeah, man. So, man, Sean Payton, he definitely got his head he got to have his head screwed on right. And man, we just gonna see how the chips fall. But I'm definitely not impressed with these great value because I look around and see what everybody else doing, and the Saints moves are not on par with those. But I'm gonna make one last point. I know you got callers, but I'm gonna make one last point. With the because I know that there's like a little competition between Brady and Breeze. You know what I'm saying? Do you think this move would make Sean want to throw the ball all over the place in the next game? Like, do you think the Bucs getting AB is going to make Sean Payton want to throw the ball all over the place just to show that we could do it without all this? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that would make him have some sort of want to beat his chest against the Panthers and get into a throwing contest? Because that's something that I was kind of worried about is, all this news is breaking and the Bucs getting like all this coverage and stuff. Maybe that would make Sean Payton want to pound and beat his chest in the game Sunday and, make Drew Brees get into a throwing contest to show that, the Bucs got AB, but Drew Brees still a bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Q?
It fits the narrative, don't it? That could be a situation that occurs with Coach Payton, that he consistently and perpetually always continues to push the fact that he's going to throw the ball. This game here, he doesn't have his top receivers. Sanders and Thomas are out. So common logic will say that the Saints will attempt to run the ball twice as much as they pass the ball. This should be one of those 45 rushing attempt games because you have a soft defense, a very young defense that's inexperienced, that are allowing 120 plus yards per contest. The Saints average 115. That's just 5 yards more than what the Saints are, what the Saints are able, what they do per contest. So it just fits common sense that you have to run the football. And then once you run the football and they move there and make the necessary adjustments to cover the run, then you can start slinging it over the field. But I definitely think Jared Cook, Elvin Kamara, you'll see Ty Montgomery out there. You'll see Deontay Harris out there. You'll see Traquan Smith. Traquan will start. And probably Callaway to be probably Marquez Callaway and Traquan Smith starting at the wide receiver position. You're going to see Ty Montgomery. You're going to see Taysom Hill out there. You're going to see those resources that he tipped his hat to it when I played. Remember on the other side of the break, I played Sean Payton. He opened the broadcast up and he said that we have, resources and whatnot in his own way of saying that he had other players that contribute at the wide receiver position. We're talking about Ty Montgomery. We're talking about Taysom Hill. This is one of these games where you get Taysom Hill involved. There is no blockage that's stopping Taysom Hill from getting going. And roughly, if it's not Traquan Smith and Marquez Callaway starting with Taysom in the slot, I would definitely not think that Taysom would start at the other wide receiver position. So I would have to say it's the young guys, but we'll use a committee approach to cover what it is. But the running game has got to be the key metric in this whole scenario and this whole solution to the problems. You have to run the ball and ball control this team and keep that offense off. And when they get on, keep wrangling up and putting Teddy Bridgewater on the ground. He does have the propensity to hold the ball. He knows the Saints, but we also know him too. That's the part of that, you being with me and me being with you. I know you just like you know me. And I do know Teddy Bridgewater has an issue with holding the ball. He's gotten better with Carolina because he picked up confidence over there. But it's never mind, you got to be able to get him on the ground, and you can't allow him to sneak out because he will use his legs to get out of trouble. So we got to contain him, and we got to bring him down, and we got to make life rough for him. We got to hit him with the linebacker blitz. We got to blitz the gap. We got to do stuff to make life hell on Teddy Bridgewater. So, I mean, we just got to do it. But the issue is not that we have everything it takes to beat that Carolina team. Without Mike or Emmanuel Sanders, that's the truth be told. The issue is behind that. You got the Bears, and then you got the Buccaneers. So we just got to beat them and come out of that healthy. We don't lose nobody else. We come out of that healthy. And remember, that Carolina had several C-19 scares before we had not. When we were playing the Chargers, they were having C-19 scares in their building. I'm not saying that, that could be but that's something we also have to watch out for, because there have been issues there. So we have to watch out, man, and just do the best that we can do and come out of that, healthy and keep it marching and moving, bro. But this is not a game that I would be worried about, But if I'm thinking about Sean Payton, he's going to still try to throw the ball around. He's going to try to use Taysom, and he's going to use Alvin Kamara a hell of a lot. But hopefully he learns to use, and we'll see, man. This guy making life harder than what it's supposed to be because he's ignorant and he's arrogant. He's a prick. So, I mean, as long as he got that going on, we're going to have issues. And sometimes the best way to break guys like that is they got to lose games, and the pressure of the fan base have to be so upset that it come down upon his head, and the media have no choice but to ask the questions, because we don't want to hear nothing else. But why are you throwing the ball when you didn't have your two starters out there? See, this is one of the games we'll see where its head's at. But thank you, Iceman, for your questions. We got Brother Paul behind you, man. I appreciate you chiming in. Great commentary as well, bro.
All right, man. Who that?
Who that to you, my brother? Peace. All right, that's Iceman. Now we're going to bring in Brother Paul in just a second. First, I'm going to give a shout out to Brother Dada for the super chat. Thank you, Brother Dada, for your super chat. He says, Big Q, me and you begged for a veteran defensive end and cornerback. Now we had a chance to sign A&B, but worried about his attitude. Now he will bite us in our butt. Thank you, Brother Dada, for the super chat. Much love to you, my brother, and thank you for your commentary on that. But, we talk, and like I said, and I don't want to keep throwing the genie analogy up there, but you know how I say, you ask Sean Payton for something, and he get it for you, but it's not what you asked for. It was almost like we asked for a veteran cornerback. He gave us a veteran cornerback. It was Ken Crawley, but he is a veteran cornerback. But we got to be specific. We have to put the name on there too, because you don't want to ask for a car and he give you a golf cart. Well, it is, or he give you a car with no doors, a car with no windows. That's what type of stuff he do, and then he joke about it on the side. That kind of stuff. Brother Paul, welcome on the show, my friend.
What's up about Q?
I can't call it, my brother. Just sitting here having a little fun with the rest of the great Saint think tank. What's on your mind, my friend?
Man, you Iceman and all them, man. Y'all just, I'm glad y'all predate my daddy, uncle. I'd have coal in my stocking for Christmas. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he making the job a lot harder than what it's supposed to be. No doubt about it. This is supposed to be really easy for him. He got all the talent in the world, but he's just a fool at times. Just a fool, just an arrogant fool. And then sometimes that come, and when you do stuff like what you're doing, where you refuse to run the ball, you won't throw the ball all over the place. This is what the team looks like. Your defense struggling because there's an imbalance there, and he doesn't seem to make the proper adjustments when need be. And then it's finger pointing about him, like what he did with the Raiders in the Raiders game when he held them all out to make them look at film. And listen, it's not on them. It's on you, Payton. You the one that's unbalancing the team. You the one that's throwing the ball more than you're supposed to be running. They got teams that you can run on and win the game easily, but you choose not to take that approach. You choose to do what you want to do to try to win the game. You could have beat them by 10 plus points, but instead you beat them by 3 because you won't do what you got. Well, I'm going to do what I want to do to win. It's my damn team. Yeah, keep on thinking like that. Keep thinking about it. Hold on for a second, Brother Paul. We got another family member. Thank you for calling the Great Saint Think Tank family. Who on the line?
What's that? Who that to you? This Jay Survivor.
One more time, my brother. You said Jake?
Jay Survivor.
Jay Survivor. Okay, I got you, bro. How you doing, my brother?
Everything good. How about you?
I cannot complain, my brother. I'm glad you chimed in for today, bro. We got Brother Paul, the historian, right ahead of you, bro. So if you just mute your phone, when Brother Paul get done, I'll bring you right on in there, my friend.
All right.
That's Jay Survivor. Good to get him chiming in on the line. All right, Brother Paul, the floor is yours, my friend.
I appreciate you. I'm just sitting there thinking, even the Grinch, he stole all that stuff and had Whoville all up in the uproar, but he did get some heart to you, and he gave the stuff back, and he did what was right. But, this don't make no sense. Sharpay got a golden opportunity to run. You got to run the ball with Murray Sunday, Q. You got to. You know what? You got, like you said, you got Sanders hurt. You got Michael Thomas down. So the only receiver he gonna be comfortable with now, y'all mark my words, he gonna be to win the hell out of Alvin Kamara. Every time you look around, that he's gonna be looking for a Q because we all know Breeze ain't comfortable with nobody else outside of Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, you got Taysom Hill every now and then, but it's gonna be Alvin Kamara. Watch, they gonna, and you know what? Carolina gonna key on that and start putting a stop to that. We talk about Sean Payton being, having tunnel vision, but Drew got a good smart of that too. You got to find other people to throw to, snap after snap. Stop keying in on one guy and think he's gonna do it all. What you think, Q?
That's right, bro. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's ended, and we knew it was a crazy year, with everything with the C-19 and everything. We understand that dynamic of it, but it didn't have to be this way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have 3 active running backs on the active roster at any given time. With Ty Montgomery activated, that makes 4 active running backs that we're carrying on our offense. That would give me the impression that when you're carrying 4 running backs on your roster, that you're a run heavy team. And I just don't understand why Sean Payton is not leaning on these backs. Now you can't not use the excuse he did last year about, well, Murray doesn't know the packages like we want him. That's not an excuse that he can use last year, or even say that about Dwayne Washington, who's this here. Ty Montgomery's experience, he can pick up what's going on as well. And I'm saying that if you're the New Orleans Saints, it has to be, and we said this before the season started, is that the running game has to carry the team. And the passing game is secondary simply because your quarterback is 41 years old. He can't win games he did 5+ years ago. That's commonsensical. A lot of the family members not wrong about that. But we doing it the hard way because this guy's ego won't allow him to run the game. He has a passing game addiction. He's addicted to throwing the ball. He does, and then it breaks his heart. It's almost like severing his arm to commit to the run. How else would you explain? Why else would you explain that you run the ball 42 times or whatever it was in the Detroit contest? Then the next matchup, you come out and throw the ball 48 times. You had 48 pass attempts the next game after running it for 40. What? That is absolutely that's just topsy-turvy land as it gets.
That's it, Q.
So he had to make it up. You see what I'm saying? He didn't get.
That's the mind. That's how self-feed mind works.
I'm trying to see. He had to make it up. See, he did it 40+ time with the run against the Lions. It comes back against the Chargers with 48 times. He had to make it up. So that's what I'm saying. But that's what he said. But we asked the reporters, asked him, is he going to stick to the run? The answer was no. He gave you 25 carries, and he knows the statistics that if the Saints they get 30 rushes a contest, like Detillier had said, that the Saints win them 90-something or 95% of the times when they get 30 carries a game. That should be the marker. If there was a budding that I can push to say, If you win the game, you're going to win the game 95, 96% chances of the time. If you run the ball 30 times, I'm going to set up to run the ball 30 times. Because that's what it takes. The Saints offense, when it gets up to that point, they're unstoppable when they're balanced. Like most offenses are. When they're balanced, they're a juggernaut. And the thing is, this guy does not have the discipline. I keep saying it. What's the problem, Q? He does not have the discipline to stick to the run. He'll stick to the pass because it's an obsession. It's an addiction. But he will not stick to the run. Even if it came down to wins and losses, he would rather lose passing than win running. He would, I'm going to say it again. He would, and tell me if in the Great Saint Think Tank y'all hear this and tell me this ain't veritas, this ain't truth, that he will rather lose passing than win running the ball. Let me know how you feel. Go ahead, Brother Paul.
You hit the nail on the head, Q. You just called it. And it don't make no sense because, Q, if Drew is struggling, if he's not comfortable throwing the ball that day, you really forcing him into a funnel to where he's going to be limited to what he can do out there. Because you keep making Drew throw like that, Q, 30, 40, 50 times, then here come the pick. And then here come the pick sixes. Here come the fumbles. He's getting the hits and all that. And then Drew he's like a basket case out there, you know. Because you could tell with a player that lost and then got whooped. You could tell it because it's going to be how he's carrying himself.
Yep.
But like you said, it did like I said. Now Tampa Bay, man, they like I said, they're the 94 49ers. They're getting everybody. They might try to get Charles Mann and Ricky Jackson out of retirement. And you know what, Q? They might come out there and kick some butt. They ain't no telling.
That defense playing tough, and that's the cool part about it is.
Brown, I'm Q. You right, Q. Tampa Bay defense is getting better too. That was some people don't realize. They just looking at the offense, but guess what? Their defense ain't no slouch either. They getting better and better every week. And like you said, Q, Shelby, he just like you just got to put him in a straitjacket and have him committed if he don't go out and get another corner, at least two corners, Q. You got JT Gray, you got the Washington kid that plays in the secondary. Why you ain't trying to play these guys? Because you know Tampa Bay gonna bomb that ball. Ooh yeah, with Antonio Brown. He gonna be looking for Marcus Williams all that game. Watch that.
Yeah, and that's the truth. You got to look. They know who the weak guys are, just like we do, family. We sit up here and we know who's stinking up the joint. We know who's smelling like rotten luncheon meat and bad bananas and every damn thing else. It stick out like a sore thumb. And when you study the film, you know what safety's supposed to look like. And you look at a guy like Jonathan Abrams from the Raiders, who I talk about, who I like, or KZ, who was hurt with the Falcons, who I like, or some of these fantastic defensive backs who I like Mike Davis, who plays for the Chargers, or Mike, what his name, Hilton is, that plays for the Steelers. See, I know the defensive backs that are playmakers, that are hitters, that play with confidence. These guys like Marcus Williams and PJ Williams and Patrick Robinson, these guys get cooked seafood city all the time. They walk off the field like they were supposed to get burnt. They used to the burnt. And I don't want no cornerback on my team that don't play with no intensity. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson plays with chip on his shoulder. He plays with confidence. And you can see the difference in his mental makeup versus PJ Williams or Patrick Robinson. You know,
he's mentally there, but they're I mean, you know, but the rest of them, Q, like you said, the lights on, but ain't nobody at the party. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's you look at Marcus Williams, and you look at the tape and the footage, and when he's playing, you can look in his eyes and see he's lost. I know what a lost person looks like, and I can read the body language. He ain't confident. This is 4 years of the man back there. I want to see him do better. I really want to see the kid do, because if he can step his game up and step up to that level, it'll transform the defense back there, because he's a guy he's an attitude setter for that team. Like if you go back to the 49ers, not even the 49ers, the championship 49ers, but the Kaepernick 49ers, when Pat Willis was the middle linebacker on that defense, and he had Deshaun Goldson back there. Pat Willis, he was a dude that set the tone from the line. He was a nasty hitting linebacker that would light you up. He was athletic. He was fantastic. And then Deshaun Goldson back there would knock your lights out. And those are the type of players those type of mean players who discipline but mean, who set a tone. That's what type of guys you need in the secondary. You don't need no nice guy like Marcus. Marcus is a really nice dude. He really is. He's a cool dude, really nice guy. But he don't have that fire, that intensity, that passion, that meanness, that mean streak. He doesn't have that. That's not a part of his makeup.
It's the roughnecks back there. We come here to play patty cake and back down.
Right, you need some mean fellas.
I'm going to kick your butt. You
need somebody that's going to mad.
About Willis that Mika Fitzpatrick. Somebody got a touchdown on him last week. He went over there and pushed him. Hey, man, don't be showboating in my face. I know you beat me, but I'm still at you. Go ahead. He pushed him. He let him finish his little day. I like that. That's so that he has some passion about what was going on out there. You ain't finna show me up, man. I'll knock your head off,
Right. That's the problem. The problem is, where's the attitude? And Janoris Jenkins is not going to let some guy go burn him. He got a big head about that. Marshawn Lattimore's issue is, like, if a guy get to cooking on him, he'll wake up. But the thing is also, too, is that he has to be bigger than what he got to play a lot better than this. If you are the guy that you say you are, you come from 2 Pro Bowls, we're looking at you now, not what you did then. Like Janet Jackson said it best, what have you done for me lately? Because that's what they're looking at. You got that 2 years ago, but you looking less than worthy of any money coming. So if we pay you that money, is this an indication of what we're going to get? We're not looking. We want Marshawn Lattimore all-pro every day, guy that put on his shoes and is ready at the word go and don't stop until the last whistle on the field. That's who you need to be.
You're right, Q.
That's what it is.
And I'm so tired of that tight end killing our secondary, but we can't seem to get our tight end to do that. What did they do with Troutman, Q? Just twiddle his thumb. He gonna learn better on the field, Q, to sit there watching it. He's not the type of player that's gonna get better or improve by standing there looking at it. He got to be out there in it, participating, getting the reps. I mean, come on now.
I mean, you're right, Brother Paul. And there's several players, and I keep saying this, that's out there that won't cost the Saints a lot of money. And you bring these guys in, you bring them in to fortify the team. When you got guys that are struggling in the secondary, you rely on the veterans. I mean, you got guys like Tremaine Johnson, Carolina released him. He's available. There's guys like Earl Thomas, Eric Reed. There's defensive end that could come in and help you, like Clay Matthews or Cameron Wake, that could provide defensive depth for you. And I've often, like I said in the previous show, I would eliminate 2 slots off the offense, like one of them backup offensive linemen that they're not going to play Derek Kelly. There's no reason to have Derek. You're not going to play Derek Kelly when James Hurst is there. He can play either left tackle or left guard. You're not going to play Derek Kelly. So if you know that, eliminate that spot and put it on the defense where you can have an extra defensive lineman there just in case in games where you know that you're going to throw the ball more than you're supposed to run it. So if you know you're going to do that, then fortify it. Right. Put more people, at least a person or 2 more, on the defense than you have on the offense, if you know that's what you're going to do. I mean, add another defensive player to the mix that can either pass rush or run or could be an interior defensive lineman or edge rusher. Add another guy, because you're going to need that if you know you're not going to remain balanced. But it's the fact that it's ways around this stuff to try to protect.
Even in Chicago, man, you gonna have to, like I said, team is 50-50 with the ball, but they're going to chunk the ball deep. They know that's your Achilles heel. If you don't shore up, you ain't trying to win no Super Bowl, in my opinion.
You ain't trying to do a damn thing.
About winning no Super Bowl. He trying to bust us out, and I don't appreciate it, Q.
No, it's pathetic and sad is what it is, Brother Paul. And it's a part of the deal, man. It's like when you look at what the team is doing, we should really be 4-1 or 5-0. I really think the Saints, the way they play it, we should be 5-0 at this juncture of time. And the reason why we look like we're struggling and everybody look bad and they won't blame Drew Brees, and I said, you can't blame Drew Brees for this. You can't blame Drew Brees for this. Look at his statistics. He's not the reason why you're losing, but what happened is he's a reflection of Sean Payton's play call. And so instead of them looking at Payton and blaming him, they blame Drew. But the reality is it's not Drew's issue. The offense is not balanced. And even when it has the potential to be balanced, he pulls it away and uses the offense to try to force the offense to go somewhere. as opposed to allowing it to happen off the play action. You don't have to force the offense. You don't have to force it into and jolt it into. You don't have to do that. You don't have to put the jaws of life on the son of a gun and then shoot or whatever. Put the strap on the electrodes and shock it into. You don't have to do that. It's not on the deathbed. You can slow it.
He have a fly in the house instead of getting a fly swat. Hey baby, bang with the bazooka, bam,
Elephant gun. Yeah. He had a fly, he used the elephant gun. Coach Payton should use the fly swatter? Nah, this is better and funner. Instead of strapping electrodes on the passing attack to jolt it into reality, you don't have to do that. Simply run the ball and the play action will organically bring it into being. Organically.
Dr. Morgan and Chopster got more brains than Sean Payton when it comes to offense and defense, man. It's really getting pathetic.
It is pathetic.
Kids is not getting no easy Q, and we just tired of it, man. Beat somebody that count Q. That's what I'm talking about. Beat somebody. Carolina can say they up and coming, but beat somebody like Tampa Bay. And don't, like you said, you can't lay out for the Bears. They got a pretty ferocious defense.
Gotta watch out. Gotta watch the Bears. The Bears are a team that have gained some confidence, man, and they got a lot of players on that team that don't like the Saints anymore. You got guys like Hicks is on that team. Right. Ted Ginn Jr. is on that squad as well, as worthless as he was down here. But he's up there. You got Jimmy Graham is up there. So that team is littered with.
There's some people that want some payback.
They got some people up there. Right. There's a lot of people up there that want a little payback for the experience with the Saints. So, like I said, man, what we got to do is run the ball and nobody can play with us. It's as simple as that. Run the ball, nobody can play with us.
I pick it to say so with this 27-17. I'm hoping they can. They got the whole teams under 20 points. Q. They get 20 plus. The Saints defense giving up that many points. It's just not good. When you know your secondary struggles and all that, you gotta try to keep the other team, like I say, ball control on offense. Keep the other team off there. Because when you get down in a crunch, the other team gonna chunk it. They know your weakness is, the deep ball. They gonna throw it deep on you. Right. So why you keep putting yourself in that position when you got people like JT Gray? Why he ain't on the field, Q? Dennis Allen need to get his head out of his behind too. We get on Sean Payton a lot, but Dennis ain't calling no good plays back there either. He blitzing when he ought to be playing the pass defense. He playing pass defense when he ought to blitz. He not rotating them players out like he should, especially in the secondary. I know you got some people banged up or whatever, but you got some more fill up on that you could throw in there, Q. And linebacker, okay, Kiko Alonso is back. I know he may not be, in game shape, but you need to at least put him out there and see what he can do. Don't leave Alex Anzalone out there, man. The tight end ain't gonna eat him up all day. We already know this.
Yeah, it's some things that need to change. Definitely. Yeah, it definitely some stuff need to change on the defensive side, because that's where a lot of our defense has got to step up and play better. And of course, a lot of stuff that we're not making mention, I covered it, was the fact that the Saints definitely need to force more turnovers. They're not getting enough turnovers. They're not getting enough fumble. They're not stripping the ball enough. They're not getting enough interceptions. Through the first 5 games, they're at the bottom in terms of the bottom 5, the bottom 10 in the league in forcing turnovers for the offense. That's got to change. And of course the front 7 are playing better.
I've noticed, Mm-hmm. You can't expect Cam to get no 4-5 sacks a game. Them tackles and guards getting paid over there too.
Yeah, that's true, Brother Paul, and that's the point, man. Is that we got the defense has to step it up. The front 7 is doing a good job of stopping the run. The back 4, the secondary has not looked good. And even if Dennis Allen it gets least complicated, you start seeing single high safeties. At least that prevents. It should prevent the deep ball and keep everything in front. And then we use more of a attack the ball mentality. Like you keep the 2 high safeties, and then whatever they do in the front, everybody attack, run to the ball and gang tackle. That should be the mentality, and that simplifies it until everybody pick up confidence doing anything. But that's true. That's what I'm saying. Keep the 2 high safeties and everybody gauge toward the ball. Bottom line, it's not hard to fix that. You just don't want to give up the momentum shifting cut your ass up deep plays. You won't keep everything. Make it methodically. Make them march the ball methodically. And the more opportunities they have, perhaps you can sneak in there and get a pick. Maybe you can get a sack. Maybe a sack strip. But you can't do nothing with a guy catching the deep ball for 60 yards on you.
Yeah, man. See, Q, that what Vaughn Johnson used to always say with the Dome Patrol. He said, baby, you don't want to be giving up them the fan quiet in plays. You don't do that.
There you go.
So let's get that big 60 yards and this first and goal. That's the quiet for the defense, Q, when you had one.
Absolutely.
You don't do that, making them kind of play. That kills your defense, man.
You're right, Brother Paul, and that's absolutely right. Those type of plays are insane killers for the team, and that's why we got to watch that sort of thing, man. We damn sure got to watch it because you're absolutely right. That'll knock your head off 8 ways from Tuesday, no matter how you count it. That's not a good thing.
Right.
And we have to be able.
They're gonna be tired of Bob it now. Anderson, he licking his chop. He, But like I said, Q, it's just I'm not happy with Sean Payton overall, but I'm getting on Dennis Allen but more with this defense. I mean, he needs to go in there and just have a cussing fit with Sean Payton. Say, hey, coach, you put my damn defense in the sling back there. What the hell you doing to me? It's gonna have to come to a head. Somebody gonna have to turn over some tables and slam some doors and do something, Q.
Either that, or he got to also tell Sean Payton, I need some people back here. Give me some players. Because giving me, if I'm the defensive coordinator, if I'm the defensive coordinator, and you give me Ken Crawley, P.J. Williams, and Patrick Robinson, I'm looking at it. What the hell I'm supposed to do with these guys?
That's true. And see, that's why Mike Nolan would have been cut Sean.
What I'm supposed to do with this?
My defense with this shit,
What I'm supposed to do with that? Seriously. Then you say, okay, well, what do you want? Let me pick some guys. Here you go. Yeah. Go out here and let's get these guys. Give me Eric Reed. Give me Earl Thomas. Why you want Earl Thomas? Because listen, man, Earl, at least he'll set something on fire back there. He knows what he's looking at. And I thought this was a Super Bowl of bus ass year. I thought we supposed to reach for the stars. I mean, isn't that what it's supposed to be? Reaching for the stars? Every damn body else doing it. Why can't we reach for the stars too? We don't have no arms. We need to reach for the stars. We need to reach for the stars, man. We need to pull some of these people in here so that that can help us on the back end. Because I really do think the secondary behind our top 3 cornerbacks is a problem. Patrick Robinson and P.J. Williams aren't good players. They're not. Patrick Robinson can't cover a tight end. He can't cover wide receivers. He can't cover running backs out the backfield. And now he can't cover tight ends. But I'm saying, look, he your best tackler. What good is that if he can't? He gonna tackle them after they make the catch? I mean, it's insane.
A bit of penalty, Q. That's just as bad. Grabbing the face mask or a personal foul, doing something stupid like that. You keeping the enemy offense on the field doing something like that.
It's nutty to me for us to be even much having this conversation about P.J. Williams and these guys still being on the team. P.J. Williams shouldn't even be on this team, to be honest. Neither is that other guy. None of them guys should be on this damn team. None of them outperform.
I go further than that, Q. They shouldn't even be in the league. That kind of play puts you on the street versus at Walmart somewhere being a
If it wasn't for Sean Payton, Crawley would be on the street and not even in the league. If it wasn't for him. But Brother Paul, listen, I appreciate your call, my brother. Thank you for dropping knowledge on us. And once again, thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. All right. All right. Okay. We got Jay Survivor on the line. Jay, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, bro. Give me just a few seconds here. We almost at time for our commercial break. So when we come back on the other side of the commercial, you have the floor. You be able to drop and drop your knowledge. And when we come back, because we got a few minutes before we're gonna shut out. But we're gonna go to commercial break. We'll come back. You'll take the floor, and then after that we'll cut out because tonight we got Pelican Post Game Report Friday night just to let the family members know. So we kind of pressing up against that. So just hold tight, bro. Mute your phone, and when we come back on the other side of the break, you'll be able to have the floor. Okay.
All right.
All right, family. And y'all stick with us. Please hit the like button if you ain't already. We'll be back after this commercial break in a moment.
homebistro.com. Freshly prepared, home-delivered, restaurant-quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50-plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from homebistro.com? Restaurant quality made with natural ingredients delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with homebistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with homebistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information. Located in Henderson, Nevada, bulksupplements.com supplies over 400 pure nutritional supplements, ingredients to hundreds of thousands of consumers and manufacturers. All of their products are available from grams to metric tons through their online store at bulksupplements.com. Orders received 4 noon Pacific Standard Time shipped the same day. Their FDA registered CGMP manufactured and distributing facility has a staff over 60 full-time employees that take pride in providing excellent customer service and producing quality products for their customers. The wellness of the community is of the utmost importance to Bulk Supplements. It's dedicated to maintaining all health code and government regulation. Each supplement is tested in their in-house laboratory before distribution, ensuring that all products are safe for consumption. For any additional testing, they utilize reputable and vetted US-based independent labs. Customer service is available 7 days a week from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time through live chat, phone, and email. Bulk Supplements products are produced in an FDA registered and inspected manufacturing facility. So if you want quality supplements at a quality price, Bulk Supplements is the company for you. Bulk Supplements, clean and pure bulk supplements. Check the link in the description section below for more information. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Who That family, check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
All right, fam, we back at it. Thank y'all for joining us back at the Sports Coma, man. Big ups to the family members on this edition of the show. Big ups to the family members. Please strike upon the like button. Thank you once again for being here. We getting close to the end of our show. We got about 5 more minutes and we're gonna bring in my man Jay Survivor in the building. Jay, you still on the line, my friend?
Yeah, I'm still on the line, bro.
All right, my brother. Thank you for calling and thank you for being patient, bro. The floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, it looked like with the Saints, it's like both offensively and defensively, it's like they're not using their personnel, and the scheme is off. It's like with young quarterbacks and older quarterbacks, you always protect them with the running game, and with the talent the Saints have at running back and tight end, they should be running more 2 and 3 tight end sets and throwing Taysom Hill in there as a tight end, doing all kind of plays where they can't get a bead on them, and then they'll have more linebackers in there where they can take advantage of those mismatches, just like in basketball. And then on a defensive end, like you say, having them 2 safeties where they having everything in front of them is like, I think between them running the ball and special teams stepping up, where it's a field position and ball control type deal with Drew Brees at the helm, is like he's still a genius in knowing where to go with the football, right? So if they continue to just stick with the running game and use their skill players at the running back and the tight end positions, yeah, it's going to limit the touches of Emmanuel Sanders and Mike Thomas, but Emmanuel Sanders came here to win. So whatever it takes. So if he can get out of his pass happy and just focus on winning football games with the personnel you have and the struggles of the defense, protect them by running the football. You know, allow that offensive line to get their hands on some people instead of backing up and open up some lanes and let the running backs do their thing, because it's too much passing, stopping the clock, and giving the other side of the ball more time to pick apart the defense when they're struggling like that. So they need to focus more on the running game.
You, bro, all that, bro. You 100%, 1,000,000% accurate, bro. That was well said, bro, and I agree wholeheartedly with you. Saints definitely have to balance this thing. They have to focus on the run. It's the only answer. I mean, and if destiny is anything, you don't have Mike. You haven't had Mike for a while now. Emmanuel is out, so what do? You have Traquan there. Marquez Callaway could start for him. Taysom's not balling, so your top 3 receiving threats that you can call them that outside of Elvin Kamara are all either not there or struggling Taysom Hill. That's the running attack. You have 3 active running, now 4 guys are active running backs on the Saints roster. We talking Kamara, we talking Murray, we talking Montgomery and Washington. I mean, you have to utilize the rushing attack. But that's easy for me and you to say, Jay. But it's hard for a guy like Payton to get. And he knows that running the ball is what it. So he creates little mental changes in his head, like it's a short pass is an extended run play. And stuff like junk like that, garbage, gaslight nonsense like that. No, a short pass is a short pass. It's not an extended run. See, but he'll create that to appease people who are demanding the run. Well, Q, he did run the ball. He have a short pass. That's an extended run. No, that's what he said. That's not working over here. We need to run the football, and he doesn't want to do that as he gets older and older. He just want to throw the damn thing, you know, and that's dumb. You have to help out the rest of your team by running. If you don't run the ball, it throws everything in a tailspin with the team. It's just what it is. It throws it. The defense won't be able to rest, and you'll give up big plays. It makes the defense look awful. They start to lose confidence, and then on top of that, they're more prone to injuries in that state when they're tired. That's when players start getting hurt. That's when things start going wrong. And he doesn't understand that when you're running the ball, it gives confidence to your offensive line, which interiorly have been struggling. But if you allow them to run the ball, that's every big nasty on the offensive line love to do. It don't take two brain cells to maul the guy in front of you. Running the ball is the easiest thing Sean Payton could do. And if the interior is struggling with that, add the fullback that only 3 to 4 to 5 teams in the league still have, and the Saints are one of them guys. You kept a fullback, use the fullback. Use him with Latavius Murray, and even if you have to spread Alvin Kamara out to the slot position or to the outside, I mean, whatever you got to do to create a mismatch so you can spread the defense open so you can hit them with Latavius Murray. I mean, whatever you got to do. But the guy is so out of his mind, pass addicted is ridiculous, and there is no one in the building pulling his coattail unless he loses games, like say, for instance, God forbid, if he loses the game against the Carolina Panthers to a clone-ass offense, I am going to ride hard on him. We coming down with the entire wrath of the Saints, the great Saint think tank upon his goddamn head. Because you're not supposed to lose to that team. You can't lose to them. So, I mean, that's one of the things that we as a people, as the great Saint think tank, have to understand, that is that we can't play games like that, man. We can't. We got to run the ball, and not doing that. You're 3-2. Almost you was 2-3. It came down to a play in overtime where you were a rookie ass quarterback and almost got beat. I mean, listen, we've seen it's fortunate, but a lot of family members saying it was a terrible win. And I'm like, damn, I've never heard that, but I think about it. But yeah, a terrible win. It's like you got the win, but you ain't learning nothing. Are you gonna come back into the next game and learn something off of that? Is that the galvanizing game that we're seeking to take the team to the next level? You know, we'll see. We'll see. But that's a lot of stuff to iron out in 1 week and one bye week as you meeting up with Carolina, who you should be able to beat. Then you got Chicago, which is a 2 or 3 levels higher competition. They are angry. They coming in there as an underdog. They got several players on there that don't like the Saints. Hicks is leading the charge, and then you come back and go to Tampa. You got 2 road games, one in Chi-Town, then you go to Tampa Bay, and they're tooling up, telling you in the report we just showed you that Antonio Brown will be ready to go in the game against the Saints. That's why he was brought here. He was brought here to take it from you. Let's see what the Saints do. Go ahead, Jay.
And they want revenge. I think, man, if the Saints it's the offense basic, right? Remember how we was running the ball a whole lot when Drew Brees got hurt last year?
Right.
To protect Teddy Bridgewater, and all he had to do was not turn the ball over.
Right.
Man, if they go back to that, they'll just run through the rest of these games. Protect the defense. You know what I'm saying? PJ Williams needs to just gain 15, 20 more pounds and just put him as a linebacker because he can't cover. So it's like, you're not making no moves to bring nobody that's worth nothing in. So they basically just need to take and focus on the running of football and field position with special teams, because with throwing the ball all over the place and keeping other teams in game, you just need to shorten the game up, to protect the defense and make the right plays on offense. And getting constantly winning the third down, getting first down, and staying on the field offensively, and keeping the defense fresh where they can get those 3 and outs, barring they don't have all these silly penalties they've been having. So it seemed like an easy fix, but like I said, it's Payton focusing more on winning the football game with the team you have right now. Is not the same as you've been having, so you need to focus more on the running game and protect the defense till they get their stuff together, because it's like they struggling big time, and It's not about just trying to hold that record of not allowing a 100-yard rusher. It's like, look, the passing defense is garbage right now. So you need to put more emphasis on figuring out ways to make plays in the passing game, and the best way to do that is to keep all of the D-line fresh, right? about running football. That running game is going to solve a lot of problems for them. It's just a matter of Payton being disciplined. I mean, your boy outcoached him so terribly in that Oakland game with him sticking to the running game. It was like, man, you need to take a page out of Gruden book, because that's the formula you need to have to finish the rest of the season. So it's team basic, bro. It's just he just like you say, he's stubborn, he's delusional, and he just stuck in his ways, and it's costing the team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. That's what it come down to, man. We got to make a way, man. We got to do it, bro. Regardless of what happens. Two teams are tooling up to take it from the Saints. The Saints, we know that the secondary is a weakness. We definitely need depth back there. I wouldn't be upset if we were to acquire another guy that can be a pass rusher, because we talking about long term here. So we'll see how it shakes at the end. But Jay, I'm short for time on the show, my brother. I thank you for being patient and jumping here and dropping some knowledge and jewels on the Great Saint Think Tank too, fam.
Likewise, bro.
Thank you. Who that, bro?
Who that to you?
That's Jay Survivor chiming in. Appreciate you. All right, we got one more call on the Great Saint Think Tank chiming in. All right, my brother. Thank you for calling the show. Who's on the line?
What's going on, Big Q? This your boy D. How you doing, baby?
What's up, fam? What's up, D? What's going on?
Listen. I had to call you, man. I just got the news. Listen, let's just keep it real.
D, hold on, D. I'm short for time, but bro, go ahead and get it on out, my brother. Go ahead.
Well, no. I was just gonna say, Sean Payton did the same thing last year. If you look at how he got Jackrabbit, he just rolled into him. He didn't try to go out there and get him. Remember, Jackrabbit got cut. I'm sorry, something happened with him with the Giants. You dig what I'm saying? He didn't really go out and trade for him. He was content with Eli Apple. So he did the same thing last year. So I just want y'all to know, if you think he's going to go out there and trade for somebody else, nah, because I've been saying that. I said they should have been trading for somebody 2 weeks ago when they played the Raiders, because they showed you the secondary is bad. But he ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it, dude. He too caught up in himself. But that's, what I was just saying.
Okay, let me give me D, thank you for that. Give me 3 people you think the Saints, if they were inclined to go so in your opinion, give me 3 of them who you think the Saints should reach out and get right now to help the team.
Well, they ain't going to be able to get Patrick Peterson because the Cardinals are winning right now, so that's dead. There ain't too many teams that's going to get rid of cover corners because they too hard to come by. You dig what I'm saying? So ain't nobody just going to be giving them away. The only person that I can see you can go to Denver is the kid Bouye. I mean, that's it. I don't see anybody else that you can go and trade for and get at this point that a team will give up. You can call Cincinnati and try to get William Jackson. That'd be a great move because, but they ain't going to trade nobody. The Cincinnati Bengals don't want to trade anybody. You seen how they did with A.J. Green last year when we tried to get them from them. So I don't see anybody else. But, you never know. Something could come up, a sucker's born every minute, you know what I mean? But he set on this and knew that he needed secondary help. I kept telling everybody, the problem with this team is he has never fixed this secondary. He has never fixed it. And when you keep going into the season thinking that you can put a Band-Aid on everything, Ken Crawley here, P-Rob here, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. You dig what I'm saying? It ain't going to work. So I don't know anybody else. Do you see anybody else out there they can get? Because you could say you can go get a safety and hit, but you need an actual cover corner. You can try to get a safety and all that, but you need somebody who's going to get up on somebody and get in them. So who do you see?
It's the cupboards are bare, and I agree with you, bro. I understand. You're gonna have to reach out and you got to give up something to get somebody. I do like the William Jackson call. I think that's a pretty decent one. I don't know if they're giving up something unless you got to. And I don't think the Saints are willing to do that. There is Tremaine Johnson out there who is.
No, that's a bomb. That's another bomb. Another bomb, got a lot of money, and he showed you what he was with the Jets. They tried to go after him 2 years ago.
They overpaid.
And he just showed you.
They overpaid. They definitely overpaid for Tremaine Johnson. But in the role, where you could put him at. I don't think you get him for a cheaper rate. I think Kayvon Webster, Mo Claiborne. These are the guys that the best you can do right now at this juncture of time, because a lot of these guys are going. I mean, a lot of these people here. But the cold part is those guys I just named better than the guys that you got ain't named Crawley Cover. I mean, so, you can't win for losing on this one, D. But you in the limelight, though, bro.
You can't, and the crazy part about it is, like I said, he knew this not only going into the season, but the Raiders game showed you that, dude. If it wasn't the Raiders game, it was Green Bay, and you've been seeing this. Like I said, before they went to the bye, I said he needed to be on the phone right now trying to make a play for a corner. And he just, like I said, the real problem with Sean Payton is he's come here and he knows that this city is going to love him no matter what. He can do no wrong here. And that's the biggest problem. See, he's not held accountable. You dig what I'm saying? They've given him too much power. He should not have that much power. Like I said, when he won the Super Bowl, Mickey Loomis had to go and tell him, look, Greg Williams is out here. I'm going to go and get him. He's going to call the defense. You're going to call the offense. That's how he needs to be handled. He should get the same deal that Stan Van Gundy just got. I know you're going to go into that in a second, but you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Where he doesn't have to wear too many hats, because he is just, he gets in his own way.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying? And he doesn't think that Drew Brees is aging. Well, I know he does, but he just don't want to address it. And he's just in denial. And I hate to say this, and it's just the truth about everything. Brandon Marshall was right when he said everything Brandon Marshall said about Sean Payton was right. We wanted to say the man was mad. And listen, the man, he looking right to me. He looking right to me. Even when he talked about how they force feed Michael Thomas the ball and don't get everybody else involved. It's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, it was hard for them to get Emmanuel Sanders going. You dig what I'm saying? So it's gonna take Mickey Loomis to have to go in and have a talk with this dude, bro, or somebody, to get him to understand that, look, bro, this team is trying to win this Super Bowl, and we've gone all out, and we have to make the moves accordingly to how this team is looking. And the secondary is the worst part, because the front seven is good enough. They good enough. I mean, I don't know what else they can do.
Right. I mean, you're right, bro. I mean, we got to do it. They got a lot of stuff they got to fix, and and we've been yelling this from the start, that PJ Williams and Patrick Robinson and these guys, and you bring Ken Crawley back here. You mean to tell me you couldn't find any other cornerbacks in all of all the free agency and trade scenario where you can bring it, besides recycling Ken Crawley and Patrick Robinson back up in here and keeping PJ Williams mulling around, even to the point where you say he's not a good cornerback, but let's play him at safety. You play him at safety, and he can't cover the tight end. I don't know what I can do with you. You can't cover
you know what
I can't. You
can't.
Know
what the bad thing was?
Go ahead.
He took CeeDee Deuce and put Malcolm Jenkins in the spot he needs to play. You dig what I'm saying? See, everybody is really playing out of position. Jack Rabbit needs to be playing the slot, Lattimore too, and you need you another, shutdown corner. But CeeDee Deuce is a big part of what the Saints do. He's a rider. I'm not gonna never worry about him and Jack Rabbit. Them dudes are riders. Listen, I know what them boys about. Them Florida boys, they gonna come ready to play. But you take it and put Malcolm Jenkins in his spot, taking his snap at that spot, and you got CeeDee Deuce in the slot. And the kid can play, corner, but he's a safety. You dig what I'm saying? Let him come up and make the hit. Even like you were saying with Marcus Williams. It would be better if you have Marcus Williams and CeeDee Deuce back there. At least you got a ball hawk, two ball hawks, and one guy that'll come up and smack you in the mouth. You dig what I'm saying? So with Jenkins, it's hard because now the Bucs, all they gonna do is just spread you out. They gonna pick you apart. Malcolm Jenkins can't cover a tight end for the sake of his life.
Yep.
Let's just be real.
Yep.
And now you asking, it's bad, man. It's bad, bro.
Yeah, well, it's only gonna get worse, bro. We got to get it fixed. We got to make the moves. we're going to have another frustrating situation right here, and we see what goes on. But, D, I'm sorry I got to cut you short, bro. We kind of
Word, no,
back
man.
at
Appreciate you, God.
No, thank you.
Have a good one, brother.
You too, bro. Thank you for your call, bro. And that's D chiming in, man. Appreciate D chiming in, man, and dropping some knowledge, man. He dropping some good knowledge. And a lot of the family members was kind of hard on D the last time around, but D dropping some knowledge, man, and changing some opinions here. The family don't like to hate on Laddie Daddy. But thanks, D, man. Thank you. Thanks, D, JT, Trey Joseph, Iceman, Brother Paul, Jay Survivor, all of our callers for tonight. Thank y'all, man. It was a terrific, excellent commentary for another fantastic night of action with the show. And like I said, family, it was lovely. But right, we get to the part where we have a few little runs to show at you. And feel free to go to the Pro Shop, family. Get the latest gear. Dozens of products are available at the Pro Shop. 2 rushes, first down. 2 rushes is available. We ain't building no spaceships, man. Run the ball is available at the Pro Shop, man. In the sizes, all kinds of sizes, up to 5X. Women, men, children, all available. Coffee mugs, all that stuff is available at the Pro Shop. Also, the Cancer Awareness Teams, the Heal That and Beat That shirts are available at the Pro Shop as well. So you can feel free to check out the Pro Shop and everything. It helps out the platform as you know we continue to grow. A lot of products, hundreds of products available. All right, check out Pro Radio, family. You can feel free to sign up at Pro Radio, Spreaker.com/The Sports Coma. Link is in the description section below. You can listen to the latest shows from the Sports Coma. You can even go back in the day and listen to a lot of old content for the Sports Coma, Big Q and the guys. Pelican Post Game Report is there as well. Ring King, Boxing World, Tough Tiger Talk, all available on Pro Radio. Well over 70,000 downloads strong. And check them out. Sign up. And also, if you like the platform and you like what we're doing, you can become a patron. Simply go to patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. You can sign up for as little as $1 a month. And once you sign up, you'll get notification as well in notary in terms of us putting you on our scrolling banners. If you're a YouTube member, we put you on a scrolling banner and people see who you are. You get that notary here. We respect the hell out of you. We put you and show the family members who do support the stream. They know about it. They can see their names on there. That's one of the things we do. Also, there's lot content that you can see. Over 20 plus shows of TSC TSC Q&A Live, which is a show we do every Tuesday at 6. There are over 20 episodes available there. You'll be able to see that once you unlock. And also On Q with Big Q, another show that I work on as well, is available there. Also, you can feel free to check out our sponsor at GetLifeMask.com. That's GetLifeMask.com. That means at GetLifeMask.com, you can check it out. You need a face covering or a mask. These face masks, these face coverings come with filters. That's right. It's a mask with a filter behind the nose clip where it actually works. It actually filters the air you breathe. It's not just a piece of cloth that go over your face. It actually filters the air that you breathe. So it's the PM 2.5 filter. Very, and they got the adjustable straps on it as well for even adult or child. You can get it at GetLifeMask.com and breathe easy. And also get 10% off with the product code The Sports Coma. So once again, I'd like to thank all the family members for chiming on this edition of the show. Much love to you and Yearns as we continue to roll. We got a Pelican Post Game Report that'll be coming up in about, give me about 10 minutes on that, family. We'll have DC chiming in on the show. Tonight we'll cover the Stan Van Gundy signing. We'll also, after we get the breakdown, go over some news. We'll open up the chat. Will open up the phone lines for communication. For actually probably open up the chat for family members to chime in. I like using the chat feature a little bit better. It makes it a little bit clearer. You can hear them a little bit better. We use it, and we'll be using that tonight on the Pelican Post Game Report. So if you guys are Pelicans fans and you want to talk some Pelicans, sign up at Pelican Post Game Report. The link is in the description section in the chat to simply go there and subscribe. We'll be doing the show in about 10 minutes. So like I said, I thank all the family members for joining us tonight on the show. It was a really great show today. We'll be back next show after the Pelican Post Game Report as far as the Sports Coma is concerned. Will be Sunday at, let's see, the game is Sunday at 10 o'clock. Sunday at 10 for TSC Virtual Tailgate. We'll open up the chat, feature, and everybody can comment, what you're cooking on, your thoughts on the game, going into the game against the Carolina Panthers. And then, of course, 2 hours after the matchup will be, actually probably right after the game is over with, we'll have the Pelican post-game report recap show as well, all in the same day. So interested in that, please check it out. We'll be there. Now, also another feature I want to say to the rest of the family members who might not know is that the Sports Coma app is available. That's right. The app for your phone is available. The Sports Coma app is available at the Google Store. So if you go to the Google Play Store, look up the Sports Coma app, then you'll see it downloaded on your phone. Never miss a show again. All of the shows from TSC, Pelican Post Game Report, all that's on the app, the merch, all that. You can donate on that. All that stuff is available at the app, and the iPhone app for the Sports Coma app is coming out next week, next Friday. So look out for that. Also, to let the family members know that our Roku channels, for Roku, if you got a Roku or a Fire Stick, the Pro Media Network channel is available on both Roku and Fire Stick. So you can catch us there as well. So much love to all the beautiful Black and Gold family members. We'll see you on the Pelican post-game report if you're there. So peace out, and I'll see you later. Who that to you?
Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma, all we know is say Super Bowl.